Yep, I'm here for it too.
Yes, we are live at the Tanya 23 experience, and boy, is it an
Experience.
experience. Happy
Yes.
Friday to everyone, and we have Sister Cola with us tonight, and we're just going to politic and talk about a conundrum of subjects, but we're going to start off with a little introduction, and then we'll lead into the title of our
Okay.
podcast this evening. So, Sister Cola, tell us something about you.
Hello, everyone. I go by Sister Cola Sojak or Sister Sojak. I am a spiritualist. I'm an artist. I'm a mother. I have one son. I am a spiritualist full time. That's my job. And I've been doing this work for about 25 years. I wasn't always doing it full time. I have a banking and real estate background. Just didn't, I had a different calling. So um, at the time that I came into this work, I lived in the Bay Area and also from here to, in Texas also. And it wasn't many like black women and stuff in my area that was into or black people period. So
Mm-hmm.
it was just like, kind of I was almost like underground with it, just a lot of things that's happened in the world, and things that's changed now. But my destiny was really chosen for me. At 12 years old, I discovered this store, and it has a little story behind that we can get into later or whatever. But it was a store called Mystic Dream, and that's where I got my start. I got in trouble for going to that store because it was without my family's permission, and me and the girl that I went with, we were in there cutting up, a little white girl, and we took a few things. That's the story because we weren't allowed to buy tarot cards at under 18. So we went in there and we took some little books, a little witch book and little cards and stuff. And so I got in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
The cards were found in the room, and that was it for that. I was shipped back to Texas. California was too much, and my dad had a little list of things, and he's like, "What's this I'm hearing about you doing X, Y, and Z?" Well, when I turned 19, I forgot all about that stuff. I just, was just kind of going through different things in life or whatever. Still went to, still in church and stuff too, but still had that esoteric curiosity. So when I was 19, my godmother just came out one day and she said, "Here's something I thought you may need." And she gave me my 2 decks of cards back from all of those years. And so I taught myself to read them, and yeah, it's been history on that. But that's not all I do. But that's kind of what pulled me into the other work. And in culture, that's my two things: spirituality and culture. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, black people and black betterment, and and letting that bleed off into universal healing because I feel that it's important as black people being the eldest uh, group of people on the planet. That even though we look at black betterment, I think it's important for us to be example for the earth. So it's things that they all can learn from us: red, yellow, black, and white. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Us
That's a
being that
fact.
example for the planet. We're planetarians first. So I
Yes,
am into upcycling, recycling, and things like that as well. And
absolutely.
that's just kind
Great, great. So, welcome to the Tanya 23
of thank you,
experience.
thank
I
you.
too label myself as a spiritualist.
Right on, our
Um,
fellow sister.
yes, I actually love that title because it's open.
Hmm.
And at this point in my life, I am pretty much open. Yes, very
Hmm.
open.
Hmm.
And of course, we're all, um, some of us are woke,
Hmm.
some of us have heightened awareness.
Absolutely.
I kind of don't like the way they coined the term woke.
Right.
There's levels to wokeness, of course,
Absolutely.
but
And consciousness.
yeah, so I like the term spiritualist.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah, I just like the umbrella of it all and the freedom
Yeah.
that it comes with. And, it feels any attachments.
Hmm.
Um,
It,
well,
not as negative
Actually,
as saying
I have created my own attachment, I suppose. Yes. Peace in the chat. I have created my own sort of spirituality,
absolutely.
and that the
Mhm.
foundation of that is to be myself. And
That's what's up.
actually, there's in scripture they talk about walking by the spirit, or trying a spirit by a spirit or whatever. And that
Mhm.
always stuck with me. So
Mhm.
that's how come into contact with people. It's mainly on a spiritual level. When things
Absolutely.
happen,
Mhm.
my mind goes to that perspective first. I tend to just automatically shift to that perspective. And I accept it. Some people wrestle with that part of themselves, but I accept that I am more of a spiritual being than I am physical. Like I am physical, but that's just a small part. Most of it
Mhm.
is spiritual from
You
my
you are
experience.
you are eighth house though. You're a Scorpio, so you rule that. You're very
Yeah,
powerful. The thing with a Scorpio though, if they don't embrace that part, they'll go the other way and stay away from. But it's hard because you just know things, and
right.
that's it. You just know things, so
Man.
it's like when you do. When people ask me like, how do you tap in? The only thing I can
Mhm.
tell them is surrender, and sometimes that's hard, because like just a surrender. So, but
Yes.
when you do, some amazing things happen. You can really live
Yes.
a magical life, if you want to call it
Oh,
that.
yes. And you literally have to be that way. We make plans, but plans are made to be broken.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so
And I
moving
like what you
forward,
said.
yes, I have a shell of a plan, but
Yeah.
I'm leaving a lot of it open
I
for
like
the
what you said
spirit to come
about.
in.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. I like what you said about your spirituality is being yourself, because to be honest, that has to be the highest form of spirituality, because God created us all to be unique expressions of God.
Hmm.
So being
Absolutely.
yourself has to be the highest form of spirituality, because anything else is being fake. You know what
Yes.
I mean? So
Yes,
it's the most
it is.
authentic,
Mm-hmm.
even if there's things that we
Authentic.
have to change or we want to change, but that should be in our own desire, because everybody
Right.
has a different moral compass of what, and spirit and good and evil is subjective. What's good
Right.
to another person may not be good to another person, and vice versa. So just
That's
that
right.
ability to find our own moral compass, and
Mm-hmm.
and be okay with that. If we can go to bed
Yes.
at
Yeah.
night, wake up and look at ourselves in the mirror, don't go to bed with guilt and all of that, then you're living your authentic self, you know.
Yes. Yes. And I had to groom myself to become that way. It was a
Mhm.
journey because it's when I was younger, it really mattered to me what other people thought of me.
Mhm. Absolutely,
I would look at
absolutely.
me and I was
Yeah.
okay with me,
Mhm.
but certain features,
Mhm.
I didn't have enough or had too much or whatever it was, I had to become okay with me. I
Absolutely.
was a kid that was teased, you
Mhm.
know, um, not bullied because I was a fighter. And, I'm pretty much was so much to myself that, I had to be like pushed. It's like, okay, you did this. All right. You did that, you know,
Well,
fourth, fifth time, I'm about to knock your head to and that's pretty
mhm.
much what I did. Like I would strike.
I was picked on too, but it was for not being a fighter. I was the only child, so I was extremely timid and very
Mhm.
intelligent, because I only was around adults.
Right.
Other than my cousins. I was
Right.
skinny. I do
Me
have a big
too.
nose still, big
Me
lips,
too.
and I was brown skinned. I'm from a
Mhm.
Creole family. They call
Yeah.
me Coco. My grandmother called
Uh-huh.
me Pretty Brown Sugar, but I was one of the browner ones. So,
Mhm.
they would be not always kind about that. And I got nappy hair. So
Me
they,
too.
so there you
My
have
edges, my
it.
edges, y'all. My
that
edges
kitchen, that
snappy.
kitchen, that kitchen be kitchening.
I think
And
that
it,
could become an asset now because Honey, when you see the females with them with the edges and they laid back, honey, you better check yourself.
Okay. And I mean,
If
like,
it's
I
too
might have had
late,
like black
too
girls,
late. Something ain't
like
right.
black girl long hair, but it wasn't like my cousins. Like I may have the black girl long hair that go to here,
Uh-huh.
but they got the hair that go all down their back and
Right,
curly
right,
hair and stuff. So we comparing ourselves amongst ourselves. People telling them they're
right.
pretty, but you're not getting the same
Exactly.
compliments that they're getting. Stuff like
Yes.
that. The
What
only reason why
is
I was,
the image of pretty? What
yeah,
is pretty? Yeah, so
right,
pretty now to me is a whole different thing. You
yeah.
know,
It
it's
starts from the
definitely not
inside.
on the
It
outside.
starts from the
It's
inside.
like a hundred
Yeah,
percent spiritual. But just
absolutely.
to just to allude to our guest, I know the title says a discussion on child trafficking. That was a mistake. I can't retitle this until after we're done off the live. But we are going to be talking about spiritual things, and
Culture,
we
community,
will
whatever you
we
want to
will
feel.
give respect to child trafficking because it is something that is wretched, it is just demonic, and it is definitely going down in this country like crazy and the world. So before we switch off, I'll say that it's demonic, and I have a portion of time that I spend towards that in prayer consistently. So part of that is why people are becoming so aware. It's the spiritualists that been out here doing this work for the longest time is why you see all this exposure of everything. Let me just say that. And the children will um, triumph. Some
Absolutely.
are going to be martyrs
Right.
because not all will be found, but none will be forgotten. And yes, we pray every day and we look after children. I actually care for my granddaughter
Hmm.
because we will not have any strangers watching her.
Not at all.
From
Like,
birth, she is with us and she will
yep.
be with us. We are making sacrifices just so that we don't have to have any strangers watching our little
Absolutely.
girl,
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
know? And
Yeah.
all little girls and little boys deserve that protection.
Hmm.
And so before we switch off spiritually, I will be casting plenty of magic towards the destruction of child trafficking.
Hmm.
And that's what I'll be doing. And,
Absolutely.
still giving awareness, spreading awareness. But yeah, that's pretty much the action. If you can't get out there hands on or on the front lines, but you can be 10 toes down with your spirit and with
Hmm.
your projection of what you'd like to see this world become. It's
Absolutely.
now is the time
Hmm.
your prayers are added to cosmic energy
Hmm.
right now. So they are being um coming forth. They are coming forth as we can see. You
Hmm. And I think that's I deal with a lot of different things, but the child trafficking thing, that's a big piece. And
know.
so congratulations, or not congratulations, but salute to
Mhm.
you taking on such
Yes.
a thing because I can go so crazy with that stuff because I don't know what it is. This has been going on for so long, not even just with
Mhm.
the black children, but Jet Magazine came out with something about in 2016, and it was saying that 200,000 black
Mhm.
children were going missing per year. Where are our children? And people I kept it because I'm into everything that edifies and uplifts our people, especially the youth. So I kept it. I
Mhm.
was kind of going. I'm researching. I'm really into like crime TV as well. That's the dark
Yeah,
part.
me too.
I go to that. I'm really into
Mhm.
just the way the human psyche works and just things that's going
Yes,
on.
me too.
And and honestly, that's my placement in Scorpio. It's my 11th house. So in that
Mhm.
space, I'm like a detective and all of this stuff. So I'll be putting things
Mhm.
together. But you should check out this thing. This happened in the early, like from the 1800s to the 1900s. It's called the Cabbage Patch Kids, and that's where they
Mhm.
got the concept of the Cabbage Patch dolls from. The Cabbage Patch
Wow.
Kids, it was they were really literally selling children, and it was so many children on trains. They have them in cabbages, and I'm gonna tell you what they were doing. They were stealing people children and having cloning centers up in the foster cares, and they have postcards and everything. It's a documentary on YouTube called The Cabbage Patch Kids. That's what I wanted to tell
Yes.
you about, and that's
Yes.
real deep because what are they doing? Like, what is this all about? Because it's been going on for so long. It's always been
Yeah. I had a
Hollywood
Cabbage
is the
Patch
children.
Kid. Me
Yeah.
and my sister. I'm over 50. I'm not,
Oh, okay.
I'm not ashamed to say I'm 53. I had a Cabbage Patch doll.
Me too. And
There you
remember how they were
go.
fighting
That's
over them and stuff?
50 years of child trafficking right there.
Okay, so
Oh
get
my
this.
goodness.
The doll came out after, but then a brother took it from a country woman. It was just a country, she's a white lady, and she
Mm,
just was sewing these little dolls up, right? A
wow.
brother, this man by the name of Xavier Roberts stole her idea, took it and ran with it. He
Mm-hmm.
repackaged it and made it look a little bit different than her. And I remember this, they all come with a birth certificate from an adoption center.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we
I
become
remember I
foster
had one.
parents and adopted parents of these dolls with their
Yes.
birth certificates.
And
So,
that's what they were saying. The child, what was it? CPS, Child Protective
yeah.
Services.
Mm-hmm.
Once they place the children with a family, they lose trace of them from there.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And one of
Yeah,
my
yeah.
friends, her kids got taken and stuff, and um, she actually contacted me today. She has 10 children, but she lost them from her own behavior,
Mm-hmm,
But at the
mm-hmm.
same time, they've adopted out some of her kids, and she can't get them back. They're gone.
Wow.
Like four of the 10.
Wow.
And like I told you guys on the show in Sacramento, that's what I had for you on this piece of traffic and just some keys. The
Mm-hmm.
sister told us that she already had people doing it through Tashaka, but I know I'm a
Mm-hmm.
cold-blooded researcher. But like I said,
Me too.
what
Yeah.
needs to be done, and it don't matter even if she is doing something with Tashaka. The thing is bigger. It's bigger
Yeah.
than everybody. So
Right.
anything that anybody can contribute, it shouldn't be an issue.
Yes.
We all everybody's doing their
We
part.
all have a part of the key.
And
Yeah.
I think it's
Exactly.
something that should be escalated to the Supreme Court. The thing about it
Absolutely.
is, the thing about it is, there are cases, even here in Beaumont, not Beaumont, I'm sorry, Texas. I'm in Beaumont, but in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing all kind of weird stuff in the system. So there's the first thing is collecting the cases all through the states. There's 50 states. Googling like how many states have these reports about children that have been trafficked from the foster care system and adoption centers, and even within the foster parents that are doing things to the kids as well. And
Mm-hmm.
taking them, they have parents that the people just keep moving. The foster
Mm-hmm.
parents just keep moving so much that you can't even find the child. And how many
Mm-hmm.
people, like, what about all of those white ladies that was foster parents and just killed black children? The woman that threw them all over the cliff and everything.
Now
So
check this out. Spirit, right, is telling me that there are clone groups like
absolutely.
what you would call they call deep state, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Deep
deep
state, yeah.
state, yeah. So deep state is they look like the government, but they're not the government. They're their own
On
situation,
agency
right?
life,
And the
yeah.
government claims to not know anything about them, right? So they call it the shadow government.
Mm-hmm.
So as I was thinking, because CPS is a state agency, each state has their own child protective agency.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking some of these agencies aren't exactly put there. They're cloned. So when you got two groups, because they were saying they were actually going in people's homes, planting drugs and this and that, and taking their children.
Wow.
And something's just telling me that's the deep state group, like another whole group that you have your state agencies, and those are just workers like me and you. They hire people like me and you.
Mm-hmm.
These people have an agenda. They're from a specific group, and that is their mission in America, to traffic these children. And most of them are being taken out of the country to other places around the globe.
And what about this one? there was a family that adopted a black kid, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out. I don't know if he was a troubled kid; they just didn't want him. She took
Mm,
the kid and sold him online to somebody in America. He lived way in another country in Europe. And she didn't go through no agency. She just sold this child. She got in trouble because she was bust out about it. But that's the kind of stuff I'm saying. They looking at
black
these kids
market, yeah.
like these kids are just little hand baskets, little dolls,
Mhm.
something that you carry in the
Incredible.
purse.
Just the other day, there was a video that they found two kids in storage containers, like in this
Wow.
valley. It was like just this place of nothingness. And one of the children kept on saying, "No, you can't take me out the container." She didn't have on any pants.
Wow. Guess
Two
who else
little,
is
two little
who else is
Caucasian
trafficking?
girls. I
Wow.
mean, it's just,
Guess who else is trafficking? And I started to do videos on it. I know it's going to be controversial. And I started already collecting the photos. It's
mm-hmm.
Madonna. Madonna. And she
Yes,
got in the way with stealing people's children.
yes,
You know,
I think so too.
and the grandmother was
Yeah,
crying, and she said that she promised that she would bring the child back to visit. She didn't, and we know Madonna's reputation. She's highly sexual, and she do
yep,
some really twisted stuff. So I
yeah.
just, and I just send love and light over there because some of those one of the little girls, she looks sad on every photo. Like people
Wow,
see money, and people say, oh well, they got a good life there in the mansion. But that don't mean nothing.
nothing,
Just
nothing.
like y'all was
Mm-mm-mm.
saying, all money not good money. So and what about Pizzagate? So I'm trying to
Wow, that
understand
is
this on a
totally
larger level, because like even the
that
Pizzagate thing,
too.
like
Yes,
so it's a
and
big,
all of these
thing.
celebrities,
Yes, it's a big
yes, and all
deal.
of these politicians. Yes, yes. I'm
Yeah,
trying to keep up with their, and that's the stuff that they're coming up with. But yeah, the princes over there in England and whatnot,
it's
and
just too much. It's
oh
almost like,
man, it's just,
and I mean, like even the little
I
white
want to know what
children.
Jay-Z and Beyonce doing on that list. Like, I need to know what them two doing on that list.
I mean, damn. I mean,
Crazy.
even Naomi Campbell, that one woman that they used as a
Yes,
scapegoat, Lane, she should not have taken
yes.
that rap by herself. That is so wrong because there was so many
Mhm.
people that was involved in that, and they just made Lane the fall guy, the girl
Wow.
that
Yeah,
oversees.
Ghislaine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Lane.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. She,
gasoline.
well, you could call it, you could say she held it down or whatever, till the end or whatnot. I don't believe
Yeah,
he killed himself either.
he
He didn't
groomed
kill
her too. You
himself.
know what I mean? And she
Yeah,
just grew
yeah.
with it. She
And
grew
I
with it.
don't think he committed suicide at all, you know.
Right. Where is he at
Mm-mm.
really?
And once we found out who he really was, an
Yeah.
operative from Israel, and that was his job to get the elite in America in compromising positions. So they gave him his own island, or he accumulated all this
Mm-hmm.
money, bought his
Mm-hmm.
own island. I was like, that's crazy. They buying islands now.
That's what I say. The fact that you can buy an island.
Islands, and I know they shouldn't be for sale, but
Oh,
these people got to have like extra, they got to have extra connections when you see stuff like that. Like, it makes you go, something's up with that, with the
and not only that,
investigator and you.
the island, you can buy an island, but you still gotta be able. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. I thought it
You
was
could
me.
buy an island, but you still gotta be able to you gotta still tap in with the world to get to pay for your everything that's going
Right.
over there to make it a society and all of that stuff. And
Exactly.
that's a mess. Like who's funding all of that? I guess the
Yeah.
celebrities, right? They
Yes.
can't open
And
up a grocery store for the community, the black ones,
yeah.
but they can be over
Hmm.
there playing on the island. You know,
Wow. Exactly. Exactly. Crazy. Just
yeah.
crazy, man. It's
And I
so
just
much
brought that up
fun.
not to take it off of what your focus is, but just so
Mhm.
people can understand this is a big thing. It's not like just a
Yes.
neat thing in one story and two people's story. This is a lot. It's going on every day. It's a lot. It
It's an
just
operation.
it's
Yeah,
an
it's a
operation. Yeah,
covert operation, and I
absolutely.
think it has to do with a lot of organ harvesting. So, like you said, this thing is big. It goes into so many different avenues. You have the Satanists that are doing the
Absolutely.
blood with the blood and all of
Mhm,
that.
mhm.
And It's
I, to
just
be honest, I feel like
wild.
I mean, it's a lot. Even the way they pinned all of those murders on Wayne Williams. Come on,
Oh my goodness.
Atlanta child murders and stuff like that. So
Mm-mm-mm.
it just it's really
I
a lot.
remember that time too.
Because
I
even me,
remember
I
that
was
time.
scared. I was just a little bitty girl. I was terrified.
I was all the way in New York and I was
Okay,
scared.
okay. I was in Beaumont, Texas, and I
Every child on the planet should have been scared at that time. Oh my
girl.
goodness.
And then even the situation with the brother that do unsolved mysteries, the white man.
Hmm.
I'm still not feeling the way his son was snatched and they beheaded him and all that. That's a ritualistic killing. I don't care what nobody say. And
Oh
then he
yeah.
was blessed with that show, so I don't know if that's something that he was in on or that
Yeah.
just God gave him after that. Because I don't
Yeah.
know how he's doing it. You
A
know,
lot
somebody
of people say that Trayvon Martin was a ritualistic killing.
I heard that as
Because
well with the
remember,
Masonic.
they had him in the hangman position,
Wow.
and he was on the floor with when they do the
Yeah.
chalk around you and whatnot, straight up hangman position. Yes, the upside down four,
And
and
that's
then it was
betrayal. That's
yes,
betrayal. So what
yes.
happened? You know what I mean?
And his father,
What
I think his father and Zimmerman's father, I think they were lodge members together at the Masonic Lodge
mm,
because
mm,
Trayvon's father is a Mason, and
right,
something about Zimmerman's him and his family are Masons too. Some there was a connection there.
right,
It
right.
was weird. Yeah, like wow, you thought
It's
that
a
they
lot
was
going on,
crazy.
you know, a
Didn't know
lot.
that.
That little boy
Yeah.
been saying a lot of crazy stuff too, but I'm with him. Orlando Brown. He didn't
Oh
say some
yes,
stuff
he
that's
is.
just,
Yes,
I mean,
I
the little
think
boy from
he made a lot of sense about what he was saying about
no, he
Diddy.
says a lot of things that
You
make
see
sense.
what he
He
said
says
about Diddy?
the school squash, but girl, I'm not gonna go there with Diddy. He'll be trying to sue us. Oh, he in trouble right now, though. We can talk about him
Yes. But you know what is so
now.
sad? Out of
What?
all of this, what is so sad is the talent
Yeah,
that is going to waste.
yeah,
Because I am a devil's advocate sometimes.
yeah.
And I chose to listen to Diddy's Love album. Now,
Hmm.
you know that he's got the other artists on there, but he's like, take that, take that. You know, he's doing his
I know
little
how good he is.
ad lib in each song. But oh my God, what a spectacular album, though.
And I
What
haven't
a
even heard it.
oh my goodness. The song that Fabulous did with it's Fabulous and Diddy and it's called Stop It. Wait. Pick It Up. Is it called Pick It Up? Come on, where is it? Oh my goodness. It's all the way at the beginning. Not stay a while. Come on, Fabulous. Anyway, he did a song called Kim Porter. Did you
Mm,
hear that?
mm-mm.
With Babyface off the chain. So
I'm
many
writing
clues
everything
in
down.
that song. So many clues in that song. Okay, so this one with Fabulous, I think it's called Stay.
Mm.
Wait a minute. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. No wonder. Yeah, it's called Pickup with Fabulous. And Jakes, I think that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
It's spelled like a French name, but it's called Jakes, called Pick It Up. Honey, wonderful song. I loved it.
Wow.
But
Okay, I'm
the
about to
Kim
check it
Porter
out.
song had so many little clues in it, and I couldn't believe he got Babyface to participate.
Well, you know, Babyface ain't nothing but a he make their theme music.
Well, yeah, he definitely
Babyface is
played
in the
his part.
back. He low key, but he connected.
Yeah, oh yeah,
He affiliated.
yeah. He was able to get in and then like fade to black before they did all this Me Too stuff because he
Yeah,
probably had some stuff going on with Tony Braxton and all some of the other
you better know it.
singers. Yeah, some of the other singers that he was working with at that time. I think Deborah Cox or something like that. He started with her too.
He
She's
even
a
worked
pretty
with
good singer.
Madonna. He made that beautiful song.
What?
It's called The Game Is Over, Say Goodbye.
Oh,
Remember back in the day for the
why
League of Their Own? That was a real
yeah.
pretty song.
Game
Yeah.
is over, say goodbye.
Good.
I didn't know that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that
Yes,
was a
I'm
pretty
definitely
song.
a music connoisseur. I love music.
Yeah. I can't
So
get over losing you.
yeah. But they showed Madonna at a recent concert. I guess she was but she's not selling the tickets anymore or whatever. And so she didn't want to show up. And she said she was sick in a hospital or something like that. But then recently
She's such a Leo. She's
yeah, they
so
showed her at the concert. And she's still trying to dance and do it. But they were showing her in like slow motion. I was like, oh
she cut
God.
off all her eyebrows. It's gonna be
And
hard for
hang it
her
up.
because she already in her 60s and she not taking
Yeah.
the aging thing at all. She ain't even
Yeah. I guess with the money, she refuses to get old,
right.
to be a cougar like she is.
Absolutely.
Too
That's her.
much. But yeah, the spiritual life is mainly more spiritual to me than this physical thing. Because this
Yeah.
physical life is becoming more and more of a joke every day.
Hmm.
Uh, it's just weird. And I hope people are thinking about this God concept out there.
Yeah.
In these current times, I hope it's forced you to think about this concept called God and the state of your world. How much sense does it make? How is it coinciding? I wonder, are people still waiting for someone to come
Mm.
from somewhere? These are the things I think that we should be tackling. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
Because
people are crazy. Like Erica Badu said, people don't really want a savior. They just want somebody that look like one. You know, they so caught up in the artificial and the fake. It's like,
right,
that's
to
why
be ready to hang him in 6 months again. They
exactly.
ready
It
to
kind of reminds me
re-crucify
of
him again.
like the golden calf, right? You make, people create these gods and then they get tired of that God and they pull them down, so I get it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. They
know,
become
this,
fighting Avengers, superheroes fighting each
this is
other.
going to be interesting,
Those are all the gods that are washed up.
right? The old gods, huh? Like on Game of
Oh
Thrones.
God.
I pray to both gods, the old and the new, on Game of
Okay.
Thrones.
Listen,
They pray for the old. They pray.
I
They got to cover
remember,
their
yes, I remember when there was a time when black people were coming into their um selves and the Orisha explosion,
hmm
I'll call it. So everybody was into the Orishas and whatnot. And I heard a specific occultist say, I believe it was Brother Panic, peace be upon his soul. I don't know if you're aware. Do you know about Brother Panic? Have you heard of him?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh
So
yes. I know Brother
okay, so all right. So he said that the Orisha's power was gone. Like it wasn't enough power. Or that their power was getting weakened
hmm
because of so many people tapping into it, the
hmm
energy.
hmm
And yeah, I totally disagree with that.
Yeah, me and Brother Panic got in an argument before.
Oh,
So
really?
we didn't argue, but I disagreed with something he said. I was
Oh,
mad because it was
yeah,
about
a debate.
females. So then he was like,
Oh,
"Oh, you understood me wrong." He was saying all of that, and that's not what I
yeah,
meant. And I'm like, "Okay, now what you
yeah,
meant?"
yeah, 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 yeah.
but,
I,
but
I know he got a lot of flack during his time, but that was my boy. I definitely dug the psychology of a lot of things that he did say.
I think that what it is, though, you can speak to it, and then I would like to answer that also because I am I've worked. I'm an Oriki priestess, so I've
Hmm.
worked in. It's a lot of things that's going on with that, though.
Yeah,
Especially diaspora and stuff like that. So
exactly.
I think
I
people.
when I came into it, um, I I went into it as myself, you know,
Mhm,
uh, not trying to do every little thing the way they said you got to do.
mhm,
Oh, Shun is
mhm,
yellow all the time. She got to have this, that, and the other. The
mhm,
colors wise. In the
mhm,
beginning, when I first approached it, it was like that.
mhm,
But then when we started to build a relationship,
mhm.
they told me I could relax all that.
Right. Just do what you want to do.
One thing like
Mhm,
certain foods, right? I was told If you don't have that, I'll take what you have. Better yet, just ask me. I'll let you know what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on how you cultivate the relationship
Mm-hmm.
or how they approach you also. I guess that matters.
Yeah. How deep you
But
want to go with it.
yes, but I did also understand my role in the whole psychology of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Although I have seen physical evidence
Mm-hmm.
that they do exist.
Oh, they definitely exist. I just think that a lot of people they play games. You know,
Oh yeah.
I don't play games. When it
Yeah, me
comes down
neither.
to this is what I do. You know,
Right.
and
Me too.
I know a lot of people are they just thinking, you know, but they the ones that know don't talk about it. The ones that talk about it don't know because
Right.
it's some heavy things that go on. That's a whole mediumship, the ori to
Hmm.
mount your head to come inside of you. That's a whole nother frequency. And most
Hmm.
people don't like orishas or they're scared to call voodoo because they can't maintain a relationship that's really mediumship. That's when
Yeah.
you really have, you know, most
Yeah.
people they're not gonna be that rigid. They're not gonna do, you know, because if you
Right.
allow the spirit to just take over, it really can. You
Yeah.
know, you'll be walking,
Absolutely.
you become your Orisha.
Mm.
You know, that's what it's about. Because God is
That's
only a
what it's
title.
about.
So when you're dealing with like Isis and Heru and all of those kind of deities, that's all frequencies. So that's a
Hmm.
title. Just like if we wanted to fight for Wonder Woman. You know, we
Yes.
don't fight for Wonder Woman because it's
Yes.
a title, like Messiah.
Hmm.
You know,
That's
so
right.
that's the whole thing is we are harnessing the energy of those past
What
spirits, and
through us.
they live lives like we live. They were
Right.
more akin to humans than
Yeah.
people. And just to speak to the audience, so everybody
Yes.
understand what we're speaking on.
Yes.
But at the same time, you know, it's what you want to give credence to. When you talk about the emerald tablets, when they talk about like the valleys of the kings, or when you go to the other side, like say we great spirits and we get to the level of evolution we want to get to, and we go to the halls of Amenti,
Hmm.
your spirit, your body isn't even, that's why they mummify. Because
Right.
before the soul leaves the body has to actually decay. As long as
Right.
that body is still intact, the soul is in place. So the
Hmm.
thing is, that energy is still there for us to harness from the temples of Amenti or that resting place on earth. So we're becoming
Or
those things again. You're
yes.
becoming Sekhmet. You're becoming, oh yeah. But that takes time because the more you have the relationship, the more you become it. But that's beyond the
Right.
people on this planet.
You
They're afraid of
cultivate.
that. You
Yes.
know, because once we
Absolutely.
start stepping into that forest, we changing frequencies for real.
That's
You
right.
know, and
That's
it
right.
takes more than one big tree to make a forest. So we have to wake up, you know.
Right.
But
And that's the thing because you literally can harness that energy and
absolutely,
be that energy, you know.
absolutely.
So yeah,
This is how
that's
they're
pretty
able
much what
to
it's about, right?
dance on glass and eat fire
Yes.
and do all of those things that they said the devil was making them do and all of that. That's how they were
Mhm.
able to entertain that. You know, to all every human on this planet is a vessel. Our,
Right.
you know, the Orisha is supposed to be what gives you character. So you
Hmm.
have the one on your head that come closer to who you are or who you're supposed to be, but we can tap
Right.
into any of those. So that's what people mean when they say, "Well, that girl was acting out of character tonight," because you're not even acting the way you're supposed to be. Because
Right.
when you don't have intention, you allow your body to be used by any entity. Because that's what Islam teaches that sin
Yes.
is.
Hmm.
Is to be unconscious, and
Right.
that's deep. Because then even
Yes.
wearing the color white with Obatala, the
Hmm.
white is consciousness. So when you have
Right.
stains on it, it's something that you did to lose that space of your consciousness. Now they
Right.
got some people that are vain naturally. Vain people,
Hmm.
they know how to keep their white clean, but they not really engaging. You know what I mean? But at the
Right.
same time, most people, you know, it's like it shows whatever stain that we have. So if you're trying to be over righteous and I'm wearing white because I'm this and that, it's going to show who what your character is by the stain of the garment. So, you know,
Right.
it's
Right.
deep,
Right. Right.
real deep.
Absolutely. And also like because we have people that practice occultism
Mm-hmm.
and they're also Christians. Like I know a
Mm-hmm.
few Christian witches
Yeah, I know
and
some too. Mm-hmm.
and whatever they do works for them.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Buddhist, we
Mm-hmm.
have the Chinese, you know, way, we have the India way, we have the Egypt way, we have the Africa way, we have the Voodoo way, we got the Mexican way. They got their own way, and that works for them. they all over here, right? I guess
Mhm.
whatever they was working with worked, right?
It's just
So
consciousness.
something
It's
they
just
got something
consciousness.
that tears
Yeah.
down walls.
It's conscious. Yeah. It's that. Oh yeah, they be doing it. They work with
Okay.
they work with Sam Wete.
Yeah, Santa. Oh,
Santa
I'm
Muerte.
very acquainted with Mother Santa. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So,
Muerte.
but the thing,
That's my
it's
baby girl.
all, it's all,
Actually,
it's what you say?
I said that's one of my baby girls.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah. So it's
big
basically just
respect for
all
Santa.
consciousness. It's just all consciousness. That's what it
Yes,
is. So that
absolutely.
consciousness flows through all things. That's why some people say,
Yes,
why do people that do bad magic, why can they elevate? Because they have that intent. Just as much as
right.
we believe, in the higher, like the light part of it, that have that
Yes,
same belief in that darker part.
in
And
the
the problem
darker
is
part.
most people are lying dormant, so they
Right,
don't know how to activate their power. That's what I be telling a lot of
right.
Christians. They need to get in to know about this stuff because if we were just evil people, we could zap them without them even knowing because they don't know nothing. They stay so disconnected. Everything is the devil and all of that stuff. So
Hmm.
they're going to pass away from lack of knowledge. And especially in this new world that we're coming in. Pluto is
Yes,
the main entree for the next 20 years in Aquarius. So we got to
yes,
start elevating in our mind and elevating in that underbelly of things. Start tapping back into
yes.
those hints and stuff.
More into the spiritual
Yeah,
side of things, the
exactly.
unseen, with
Mhm.
yeah, the
It's
unseen.
a lot of toys on this earth that keeps people distracted. Lots of toys.
Oh man, toys and all kinds of things. My thing is, okay, so let's talk about this right quick. What am I gonna call it? Let's call it a force. It's a
Mhm,
mighty force, and
mhm,
it's called uh obstacle. It's called block, roadblock. Let's just
mhm,
say obstacle, block, what's the word, that opposition. Okay, let's say you set a goal and intent in your mind
mhm.
and you say, I'm gonna do such and such. I'm gonna start this business or whatever.
Yeah.
Now something happens, snatches that resource, so you can't, you're gonna open the business but you can't do it now because
Right.
you've been sideswiped by
Mhm,
opposition.
mhm,
And it's this thing, it activates as soon as you say, I'm going to do something, right? So I'm working on this magic, right? And since everything is psychological,
mhm,
me, I have a heavy, anyway, something's on my ass or something likes to be on my ass, right?
mhm,
Because I achieve a lot of things, right? I'm a go getter. So as soon as I say I'm gonna do something, this opposition is triggered. First of
mhm,
all, I think it's triggered because I'm aware of it
mhm,
and because I expect it, but I experienced it so many times. I experience it on every level, and I'm
mhm.
sure other people do because we all have our own personal devil, let's just say,
It is a devil.
that's
I, I,
meant
I,
to
feel it,
stop you.
I feel it in the
Everyone
studio.
has,
I feel it
huh?
in the studio. When I'm in the music studio recording, it's like you don't want me to record. And I'm fighting with the beat. I'm fighting with my verse. I'm fighting with everything. It's like you want to stop me.
Fighting your way
It's like you
through.
got your hand on your head like this. And everything that you're trying to do is just stopping you. And I'll do everything the right way. So I think, and I'm creating good karma and it's still not happening. So I'm like, what is that? That's astrological too, though, because of that Pluto placement. You may want to look at what else is in the chart because sometimes
Yes.
those
Listen, it
oppositions
is heavy. It is
is
heavy.
real heavy.
I'm like, I'm definitely gonna get you to do a reading or whatever,
Yeah, we have
my
to tap
chart and
together.
whatnot,
Yes,
because we're gonna go deeper into it.
yeah,
We're gonna cut some things.
yes.
But it's like, I know everyone has their own personal one, wherever
Oh
this
yeah.
placement is for them. But
Mm-hmm.
lately I've noticed that no matter how it tries to kick my ass, I say keep going
Mm-hmm.
because I've done it so many times,
Yes.
you know. So it's this thing where Okay, I'm about to do something. I know that's about to happen. So when the stuff comes, it doesn't agitate me much like that anymore. What it used to just throw me for a loop. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes
And
it's your own
it might
guardians doing it to
distract
you.
me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go to the left a little bit, and then I end up coming back. But now I'm so good at it, I see it coming. I actually can see it coming before it, before it
Oh, that's real good. Yeah,
materializes.
that's real
And I'm
good. Mm-hmm.
chopping it, but that took a
I'm gonna tell
while,
you this. Once
and I
it
had
raised
to
up
be,
off of you though, once it
yeah,
raised up, you can feel that too. It's almost like a
yes,
dark cycle. But once
yes,
it raised up, you're gonna be like, oh, it's not there anymore. Like
yes.
but it'll come back, so you just
Now
take that comment.
that could be planetary
It
movements,
is. That's what I'm saying. Planets like
because I'm
Saturn.
looking at it like a thing, and I'm ready to
Yeah.
choke it. But then I said, maybe every time I try to grab it, I can't quite
But
grab
see,
it.
you got to
You know what I'm
remember
saying?
though, the planetary alignments being energy, they do work and become a thing because that energy is affecting something. So sometimes it may be a family member, a friend, whoever, a
It
stranger,
comes through.
and that spirit is
Right.
speaking through them. And you like, I'll be damned. She didn't show up today or whatever.
Exactly.
But it's that same thing trying to block you. Are
Right.
they telling you they want to
It's
be
the
down with
same
something
thing.
you're doing and they
No
never
matter
come
how it
through?
comes. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll come all different kind of
all
ways.
kind of way.
And
The seven of wands,
I
that's what
know
that
it.
represents. The seven of
Listen, let me
wands.
tell you about this. Let me tell you about this story here.
Okay.
Right. So, all right, when I was little,
Mm-hmm.
ever since I was aware of it, I'm aware of my voice,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whatever protector is over me, I know its voice,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's been with me all the time. Now I
Right.
want to say it's my higher self, but
Right.
sometimes
Absolutely.
I'm like, nah, man, this is some spiritual higher protection in high places. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Absolutely.
like a little girl, and I'm like maybe 7 or 8. I'm all
Mm-hmm.
skinny and bony and whatnot. I lived in the Bronx, New York. It was summertime. I had my little halter top and my little
The
shorts.
Bronx.
It was in the 70s. We wore little tops and shorts back then, with your little pro-kids and whatnot. So
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
going to the store. My mama sent me to the store for 1 can of green beans. 1 can of green beans. So she was making dinner or whatever. And I guess she was making green beans and she was a little short. She was like, I need another can. Go to the store. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I gotta go to the store for 1 can of green beans. So I was just happy to go to the store, be by myself, because it made me feel like big.
Yeah.
I goes to the store, whatever. I get the green beans, so I'm going to the line. Get to the line. They used to have the young men there that was packing the bags for money. Well, it was 2 of them at the register. One at that register, one at this register. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even notice them. The voice was like, "Look, you see them 2 boys?" And I looked over, said in my head, "Yeah." I said, "They're gonna try to get you." I said, "Oh shit." Then he said, "Don't be scared. I got you. Listen to what I
Mm-hmm.
tell you to do." Straight like that. I'm
Right.
like, okay,
Consciousness.
because I'm
Consciousness.
I'm in tune
Yeah.
to this voice. So I pays
Absolutely.
for my green beans or whatever. And I go to walk out. Something said, look behind you. Look behind you. They're behind me now. They left off the register after I got my bag or whatever and went to walking. They left and came behind me. So they're like tracking behind me. They're like some feet behind me,
Mm-hmm.
not like right up on me, but
Yeah.
they're like, watching me.
Trailing you. Trailing you.
So
Mm-hmm.
the voice is like, go to your building. And I'm thinking maybe I should go to another building and ditch him. That voice is like, no, go in your building. I go in my building. And at that time, I lived in River Park Towers, right? It's where hip
Mm-hmm.
hop was born, like near
Mm-hmm.
Cedric Avenue or whatever. And so we had a security officer there. We had cameras in all the elevators, and it was 4 elevators. So it's mad people. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna ditch them because I'm gonna jump in the elevator with other people, and it's gonna close, and they're gonna be out there. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
happen. I jumped in the elevator. The doors was closing. Boom! I see a hand go in the elevator, and it
Oh
opened back up. Them
no.
two get in the elevator. So I'm like, oh
Oh.
shit. So, but I'm still calm though. Now they still in the elevator, and they not saying nothing, but they watching me. Now I could have said, "Hey," to the grown
Yeah.
ups. They've chased me, this, that, and the other. Wasn't even on my mind. The voice said, "Twist the bag." So I'm like, "What?" So I grab
Mm-hmm.
the bag, twist it. Now I got a can of green beans.
Right.
Now the elevator can go up to 43 floors. I live on
Wow.
the 8th floor, right? There's other
Wow.
people in the elevator. They pressing random numbers.
Mm-hmm.
The elevator goes past my damn floor. Crazy. It
While the
goes
people
past
are in
my
there.
floor. It stopped on
Yeah.
everybody else's floor. But it
Wow.
passed 8, right?
Wow.
So we get up to like 27 and the last person gets off. Now it's
Oh,
just me in
wow.
the damn elevator with the 2 boys.
Wow.
And I got the bag twisted tight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they know not to attack me in the elevator because there's mirrors up in the corner, right? Those are cameras in the
Mm-hmm.
mirrors.
Camera. Yeah.
And there's a guy downstairs watching it, supposed to be.
Right.
But right? So I press the 8 and it stops on 8. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta run, I gotta haul ass out this elevator or whatever and try to get to my door or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't feel like that was going to happen. So anyway, I dashed out the elevator and they dashed out after me. And girl, I turned around and was swinging that back. Boom, 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 boom,
Yay.
boom, 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 boom. I was
Oh,
going crazy
wow.
with that can of green beans. Was lumping they goddamn heads up. And they was older than me. They had to be, I was like 7 or 8. They had to be like 15,
Teenagers.
16, 17 years
Yeah.
old.
Teenagers.
Boys,
Wow.
okay? They were going to get me. And it was right near the exit. They were going to take me down the damn staircase. Honey, I lopped their goddamn heads up. Well, I had some strength. I know not where it came from. They got off. They was fighting to get away from me. They took off down the damn exit because at that time I was also screaming and bopping their damn heads, and people in apartments was opening up their doors, but they had already took off and ran. So all they seen me
Damn.
was standing there with the goddamn plastic bag. And the
So
way
did
they
you,
make
so did the
plastic
green
bags,
beans, were the green beans okay?
yes, everything. I was just getting ready to say the bag was intact with the green beans. I said if that would have been a plastic bag today, that shit would have broke.
It would
That
have
shit
broke for the
busted.
children.
I lumped their goddamn heads up. Guess what? Never seen them again. Those were 2
Wow.
demons, yo. Those was 2
Demons.
demons.
Probably didn't even live in the building.
Straight up. They wasn't even from my way.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. I'll never forget that, yo. Never forget that.
Wow. That's deep.
Never forget that. And ever since then, I was never afraid to go anywhere by myself.
But that's probably why God gave you that experience. That was your initiation.
But that voice, it always
Yeah.
would tell me, see that motherfucker over there? They ain't no good. Hurry up
No
and get up.
good.
You know, it would,
Mhm.
this voice is off the chain. So in my spiritual journey, I've discovered that I'm pretty sure that it's a certain goddess. It's a certain deity.
Mhm.
And she's from ancient Kemet.
Mhm.
And her name is Serket.
Okay.
She's a scorpion goddess. She's the goddess with the scorpion on her head.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And she came to me in a weird kind of way. Definitely magical. Because I was looking at a statue and I was like, oh, I wish I could get that. But it was way out of my price range, like
Mhm.
almost $1,000. And I was
Wow.
like, I took a picture. Someone said, the voice said, take a picture of me. And I took it. And she said, take a picture of me. So that was a clue. I took a picture and I kept it in my phone.
Oh, yeah. She letting you know that's
3
her.
years
Yeah.
later, I came into the money and I was able to buy it.
Oh, wow. That's
3
awesome.
whole years later. But
Wow.
it was 3 whole years later to the date she told me to take the picture.
It was still $1,000, or had it went down in price?
Oh no, it was still $1,000. So when I say that I am open spiritually,
Mhm.
I am, but
Absolutely.
that is my deity.
Mhm. Serket.
And I work with her.
Yeah, but you got to put that somewhere in your name. You
Oh, I
take
do.
on,
That
yeah.
actually is, yeah. I changed it to Offset because Offset is actually Serket. Isis
Isis,
is
the Queen
Serket,
of Heaven, the
and
Queen
I can
of
prove
Heaven,
it. Yeah,
the Queen of
she
Heaven.
she transformed. She had a
Mhm.
scorpion on her head. She
Mhm.
transformed into the winged goddess. Could you
Yeah.
imagine? Just like Christ, do you think the people would have accepted her with that scorpion on her head?
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Well, in Egypt, some of them they like that kind of stuff.
Oh
And
yeah, absolutely. She had a purpose. She was like the very first
mhm,
nurse, and she
mhm.
saved all of their lives when the damn scorpions would sting and
ISIS
attack the spiders
ISIS
and
is the
all of the
queen of
different,
heaven.
yeah,
She's
the
the queen
snake
of heaven.
bites and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Even the
Yeah,
Bible had to acknowledge her. They call her the
absolutely,
queen of heaven. You know what I
absolutely,
mean?
absolutely.
So, and she put a curse out there and I can't find it nowhere. I used to see it all the time, but I just remember what she said. My law will be acknowledged and it will not, it's basically this decree she put out. She said it cannot be changed or broken. She said it will not be denied. And she spoke a decree out in the world is still under that decree.
Oh
The
yeah,
stuff that she said, and
I
it
actually,
says life will pass away, but the words of Isis will not pass
listen.
away.
She is the Christ. She is the
Mm,
Christ. It is not a man. It is not a
I
man.
can believe that. I can believe
Absolutely,
that because I told my mom
absolutely.
last night. Hold on, let me turn this up. I told my mom
Mm,
last night that they gave Jesus all feminine qualities.
mm.
He had
I
character.
saw something recently that actually proved he was gay.
I mean, like,
Oh
how many
yeah.
men gonna let you slap the hell out of him and turn the other cheek? I'm
Him
just
and
saying.
Judas, him and Judas had something going on.
Mm,
Hmm. There's
girl.
not many things back then that would actually make you kill yourself.
Mm, mm.
Judas was said to go and have hung himself
After he betrayed Jesus.
because he. Now listen, I'm not gonna do that. If I betray you or somebody betray me and we fall out, we fall out. I'm just not fucking with you no more. But I'm not gonna go kill myself.
They definitely said
There was
Paul was.
definitely something romantic behind that.
They said Paul was homosexual too.
All of that. And they never knew
Apostle Paul.
Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah.
they never knew him. They writing what they heard of him and spiritual revelations of him hundreds of years after the
Right.
story, you
Right.
know?
That's a lot of
And I
stuff.
got a book, I got a serious book that proves that Thoth or Tahuti
Tahuti. Absolutely.
is that's who they're putting his they put made him Jesus.
Mm.
But I still
Mm-hmm.
think it was Isis, you
Well,
know.
the
I
thing is,
still because all of the goddesses were female. And
mm,
even Thoth, yeah, he had to work with the goddesses. He didn't have the magic, all of the magic.
no, he
He had
didn't
to
because he
use
don't
some of
have a
their
womb.
magic. Oh,
He don't have a
absolutely.
womb.
Yeah.
The stuff he got is when Atlantis started falling,
Right.
and
Right.
so Egypt is
He
the
had
first
the new
place that was born
technologies
out of
that he
yeah.
had. Right.
Hmm.
He was using different technologies and
The
all
stuff
that.
that he remembered from Atlantis that they
Yeah.
gave him to bring to
Yeah.
Egypt so that they are Kim, so that they
Yes.
can keep that's why they was writing stuff. They knew we were falling. That's what Bobby Hemmett
Yeah.
was talking about. They knew we
Yeah.
were falling. That's why they wrote Know Thyself.
Right.
Like and just keeping,
Yep.
documenting everything so we can remember, to get us back
Exactly.
to this day where we are
Yep.
now.
Yep. And
Um,
look, everywhere, every time, they can't do nothing without mentioning Egypt. Nothing. You
You know
know.
what my hashtag always is? Well,
Hmm.
not always, but back during the 2020 thing, we were like talking a lot about spirituality. So I was telling my friends on my Instagram, we started using "we're them." We are
Mm.
them. We
Yeah,
are the
we
ones
are.
that we
I was
waiting
just
on.
about
We
to
are the
say
ones
that.
we're waiting on. We're them. Yeah.
Yes. And
Mhm.
not only so we are them, but I'm thinking literally because
I'm thinking literally too, because they said
yes,
Bobby Hemmett said that the gods were put to sleep by their children because they were doing
right.
too much. So when they
Hmm.
didn't need that pantheon, then they just like forgot. They've gotten out of so we have to be reborn again in
Right.
order to carry this energy. The reason why I
Yes.
know is because we're talking about it. We're
Right.
we're people that's living it. We've been trying to wake
Yes.
up from that
We name
slumber.
ourselves after
Yeah,
them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And I feel it, like I embody it, like I know. And
yeah.
it's just the knowing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and even down to the DNA. I
Mm-hmm.
think that us here in America, we are the closest descendants of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's interesting how we named the different places, Georgia, Atlanta. you know, they're
So really,
actually
that
calling
was the
that
white people,
area
but they
Egypt.
know. They
Yeah, they're
know.
calling that geographical space Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
they know.
there's
They know.
mounds and pyramids everywhere, you
They
know.
know. Because
Yeah,
they
they
know.
know. Yes.
That's why they named it those things.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, once you like that's why I studied European history because I already studied Black history so much, but I wanted to understand the lay of the land, and that's where I be with my thinking. Like these
Right.
kings and what is all of this shit? What is and from what I've seen, every religion, even when you wonder how they took us out of our natural thing, it was always
Mm-hmm.
an agreement, a handshake, and a treaty that made people embrace a new religion. It had nothing to do
Right.
with God and spirituality and everything to do with
Nothing.
politics and power. So
And
I'm
money.
so over it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's
Exactly.
so that and that's why it's been in place for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's gatekeepers, and
Right.
at the same
And they're
time, the
trying to
priests.
keep it in place and it's fallen.
Yep,
It has fallen. It has
yep.
been debunked. Like,
And honestly, as of the 20th, which is tomorrow, the planetary alignment Saturn that's been holding us in place for the last 200 and some years,
mm-hmm.
out of there. We are now
Whoa.
we it's out of there. We'll never see that again while we're on planet Earth. And the alignment that's coming in now for the next
Mm-hmm.
20 years, we'll never
Mm-hmm.
see that again. So we're gonna make the bed. This is the reconstruction period of the
And
spirit
if I'm not
because
mistaken, Pluto is here for the next 20 years,
it
right?
is, and that's one of the planets that rule you. So you already
Mm-hmm.
know. But look where it's
Yes.
hitting at. Aquarius,
Yes.
the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Pluto, Scorpio, transformation, and
Yeah.
Virgo, the house of health and service. So
Yes.
that means there's going to be some major healing taking
Yeah.
place on the planet. But there's people that
Awakening.
can't
Yes.
handle that because their ego is going to destroy them. They're going to be looking like for people like us. Like I said, it's more than one
Right.
big tree that make a forest. We need to be
Yes.
training up other healers. That's what I do.
Yes.
We go
Yeah.
healing,
Yeah,
healing,
I do
so that they
too.
can be
Mm-hmm.
ready to do what they need to do.
Yes.
It has to be a certain consciousness where the earth is changing,
Yeah.
to a point where we, I'll just put activating these gifts that need to be dealt. We need these tools now, new level, new
Yes.
level.
We are
So
supposed to
we're
be
going back to,
cultivating them now.
yeah, the
Yes.
tools that
Yes.
work now.
Absolutely. And so let's talk about this a little bit because
Mm-hmm,
so I've always been, I love my people. My
mm-hmm,
It's my people first, just like every other race looks out for their people first. And coming into consciousness. So let's talk about consciousness and racism.
okay.
I look at it as an awareness because I'm very deeply aware of stuff. So I'm
Mm-hmm,
aware of how different groups work, how they work with others, and how it actually pans out. You know, um, I can look at a group and say, okay, on a whole, I look at them as this, or they're good at that, or they've contributed whatever. But I've always known that we were here first. Let's just say that.
mm-hmm,
We
mm-hmm.
are the mothers, the parents of the
Of the
planet.
planet, absolutely. Mm-hmm,
And so, in my spirituality, I have been instructed to begin to learn how to look at everyone as their mother
mm-hmm,
or as a mother.
mm-hmm,
Because if I'm calling myself, I actually am a mother, but if I
mm-hmm,
call myself a goddess, and I
mm-hmm,
do, then I have to look at others, not that they're beneath me, but that they're part of me,
mm-hmm,
you know?
mm-hmm.
And
That's what
there
we give
is
birth
no
to.
room for
Everything.
racism there, but I do know how to deal with people on their level.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
I believe that moving forward, that's how we're going to have to do this thing.
mm-hmm,
We can't categorize, although it's like saying, oh, I know Chinese people like rice. They like rice. It is what it is. So it's not a it's not a stereotyping because it's a fact.
mm-hmm,
We are different. We are all different. We have different likes.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And we manifest differently.
Mhm.
And I think that moving forward, that is how we're going to have to work with each other.
Yeah, we have to respect the people on the planet. That's the bottom
Yeah.
line. It's not. It's about everybody.
Because it's
You
like,
know, I don't even want to
let's
oppress
just say
white
white
people and
people.
stuff. I don't have a desire to oppress anybody. I'm with like what the Panther says, all power to the people. Black power to black people, white power to white people, red power to red people, yellow power to yellow people. All power to the people. I don't have those issues where I need to be the ruler of the planet. This is for everybody. We all have to find if it's not a universal way, they're going to be destroyed because it's to a
Mhm.
point where the earth is tired. We're all tired. You think those people want to be in a place where bombs are being dropped down on them 24/7? They got innocent people there. Everybody not
And
bad.
yeah,
We're
and
not all
because they're not
one
us,
thing.
I'm like, good for them. No,
Yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
not
feel
right.
right.
There's
Yeah, it
something
doesn't
evil
feel
about
right.
that to me. That's evil. And the whole thing is like I said, everything comes from the black. We can't get white from black, I mean black from white, but the other way.
Right.
So we have to
I
be
mean, it is
examples.
what it is, and it would
Yeah,
be nice for them to just face up to it. It is what
exactly.
it is,
We have to be living examples, and that's what raises our frequency. Because if we sitting here trying to carry hate and all of that, that's a lot of energy, and that's what I be talking about on my platform. I'm not against warriorism and revolution, but I'm not gonna just put my energy into every cause because it's too many causes, and you have to preserve your energy and make other people accountable. Let them take on some causes. You know what I mean? Because we all have to work together because we have to share the planet. You
Yes,
know,
and a
and the
goddess.
ones that's destroying the planet, that's the ones we
Yeah,
need to get rid of. We need
right.
to decimate them, you
And you
know.
figure when a goddess is doing some fixing, or when she's doing her thing, it's gonna happen on a
A cosmic
large
level.
scale. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna come asking, like when I come to regulate my family or get situations straight or whatever. I'm not asking anybody I'm coming through
Hmm.
like a storm.
Absolutely.
I'm saying, okay, are we good here?
You
Because
coming
we're
through like, oh yeah.
not. Whatever problem you got with this one, get it over with right here because we're a family.
Yeah.
We don't do this. I don't speak to this one and that one. We don't
Yeah.
get down like that. I don't,
Yeah.
my kids, they good with each other.
Yeah.
We're not having that. You need to be able
Hmm.
to tell somebody how you really feel. You need to be able to accept their response
Hmm.
without the hatred shit. Try to reason to get to a common ground.
And
And
not
even
only that, as Black people, you know, and just to piggy off what you're saying, we have to
Mhm.
come into a place where people begin to have respect for us, like be like on a nation level. They don't include us in none of the big decisions on the planet, and that's why
Right,
we can't just be all in this little. We have to be united as far as we have a say over our nations and what we're doing and the things we're building, and we have
right.
to bring it to the round table. It's not fair that we can't be at the table. Not even Africans. They wasn't even included, but certain African
Yeah,
countries in the
right.
United Nations, like they just some ass backward
Yeah,
people
they
that
wasn't
ain't
even
got
calling
no,
them.
yeah, like they
Yeah.
don't,
You
they
saw
not even a
empty
part of the
seats.
conversation. You
Yeah.
know, trying to be a
Yeah.
part of the conversation. That way we
And
can
when
see
they
who's
do
trying to
that,
move
they
against
being
us.
slick. Yeah. When they
Like
do
we,
that, they being slick,
so
like
we
the
need to know
whole
who's trying to move
Hebrews.
against us. We can't just be
Mhm.
isolated. That's gonna make other people move against you and infiltrate. You have to
Yep.
know what's going on all around you. You know,
Exactly.
yeah,
And it's like, it's very childish because I'm looking at the world
uh-huh,
and I'm looking at these groups and they're still trying to be something they're not,
right.
or trying to defend something that's not in jeopardy. You know,
Hmm.
I feel like this, leave other people alone.
Right.
Stay up out their country. What the hell are you doing over there? We got oil over here. Remember, Trump had the oil to where we wasn't even buying it from nobody. We pumping it in Texas. It created jobs. I mean, oh my goodness.
It's all about power, though. They can't never let people just be. They always have to
Yeah.
have everything, you know, and that's a bad
That's
thing,
what's
you
that
know.
photo. That's what's
Yeah,
out of here though. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what's out of here. Big
yeah.
time. And it's gonna happen forcefully,
It is.
you know, because they ain't
In
trying to
order
go
for us to
nowhere.
come together, it has
Yeah.
to be that
They
way.
still trying to, even though they're exposed, they're still trying to do their dastardly deeds. And like goddesses like me are getting a little bit antsy. I'm ready to get this out of here already, you
Yeah,
know? So if
yeah.
they know like I know, they better start packing.
If you know, like I know, you don't want to step to
Oh, you
this.
definitely don't want to. Okay. Yes,
Oh
indeed.
man.
So it's a lot. It's a
It is
lot.
a
When I
lot.
look at the world, you got these people over here. Like, sit down. Like, you got the border over here. You want to take that and add it to what you have. You got you're under control. You're Democrat. You got the communists. We just that shit is over with everywhere.
It's just a
It's
ball
just
of confusion,
done.
huh? Ball of
Yes,
confusion.
just be who you are.
Yeah.
We can have all of our agencies and
Mhm.
whatnot, but they got to be fair.
And
You
they got
know?
and they got to resolve all of this religion stuff because
Yes.
that make people like some people will be like, oh, I can
Yes.
resonate with that, but that's not what Jesus would say. Oh, I
I
can
had
resonate
a
with
dream.
that. I hear what you're saying, sister, but that's not what the Lord says. The Bible don't say. So it always blocks the level of where we can go as humans. We have to get rid
Yes.
of those rigid
Yes.
structures in order to
Put
just be free.
that away. Put
Yeah.
it aside and
Mhm.
what
Observe that shit
happens when the
silently.
books are gone? Yeah. What happened when the books are gone?
I said
No more
observe it
books. What now?
silently.
No more books. What now? You got somebody,
Yeah.
you see them in the corner with a piece of paper. They trying to rewrite the whole thing.
Yes.
No, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I mean, and there's nothing greater than coming into consciousness from something that you were so into, and then you find out it was all a crock of shit.
It's like a breath of air.
You
You
go through
know,
anger first, you
I was
mad,
just gonna
then
say
you
that.
turn
Yeah.
into that bullshit.
Every post is like anger, fire and brimstone
I
on
was
Jesus.
like that for like
You
3 years on Facebook straight. I mean, I was killing
I
them.
was like that too.
I
I
didn't
made
have
so many
no
enemies.
friends left.
I made so many enemies. Lord, I ain't got no friends. That's why we only
They're
have a
probably
couple.
still mad.
This is why
But
we
you know
got
what?
one and two likes. They don't want to
Yes,
hear no more of our mess.
that's when you know you're doing something, when you ain't got no likes and whatnot.
We're ahead of our
We're
time,
living in
queen.
the opposite world right now, on the opposite realm or whatever. But
That's
yeah,
absolutely.
so it's just crazy. But you definitely go through that stage, and then you come back to love.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
where I'm at. I'm
me
just
too.
I'm tired of all of the other stuff. It's draining. I've been
Yes,
through. Honestly, I had to detach and go to the approach I'm taking because I would have snapped in 2020 from here
yes,
to where we are now, and just the way people was exposing themselves and stuff. I had to detach from everything, so I just got away from
yes,
the conscious community for a minute and just
yeah,
dealt with myself, dealt with just
yes,
me healing me. And I
yes,
came back with something different. And like I told people, I said, if it's different than what you're used to, then this is just the path of evolution I'm on right now. So you ride with me or do what you got to do. But
right,
this is where it is because it always goes back to the source.
yes,
Well, I hope these men know what they're doing when they chose to disrespect and pull down and degrade the woman to
yep,
the point they don't even want us anymore. They didn't made a man their queen. So the
yep.
whole thing is, I hope they know what they're doing
Right.
because ain't nobody gonna want them once they find out what it is. And I'm not
Yes.
talking about people that's really homosexual, but the ones that's jumping and trending, because it's all trendy. I hear men saying
Yeah.
that it's
They
easier
going
to
all ways, any ways but loose.
Exactly. They said it's easier to be gay than to take care of a family and children. That's some lazy trifling, that's some ninja shit right there. I don't know what kind of shit that is. Y'all don't want to take care of a family no more. So you rather be girl. I came with that. I just hope they know what they're doing. When when
Wow.
when Big Black Mama come down and start slapping everybody.
Wow. She is. She is. In their personal lives, they be catching hell. You
They're gonna
know.
say the woman of the year is Caitlyn Jenner. People magazine named her as the woman of the year some years back. Before they make a black woman a woman of the year, you know what I mean? Like, damn, some crazy stuff,
It's
man.
okay for them to be that, but you can't call yourself a witch.
Yeah, yeah. Ain't that something? Wow, that's a whole nother subject for another time, too, man.
It
We sure can
sure
build on
is.
that.
It sure
And I
is.
thank
I
you
mean, we
so much. This has
definitely
been a
gonna
good
deal
bill.
with that too. We
This has
definitely gonna
actually been
deal
a
with
good
that.
bill. We
Yes.
locked right in. So
Yes. 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 I mean, it's going down for sure. But I'm seeing some movement. You know,
Yeah, some
I
motion with
I,
it.
I just know that it's coming forward.
It is.
It's definitely coming forward.
I
Yeah.
just tell people like now, I don't know how to explain it because I'm going through so many. things physically because of the spirituality.
Me too.
And I almost feel like, I don't know, like my little Facebook family that I've been building with, I'm starting to really feel like we family, even though we may not all even believe the same things. It's just like, I feel like I go to sleep and wake up with those people. And since the wintertime
Yeah,
brought us together, it's been
we
so
actually do
cold.
on the social
Everybody
media.
is cold. We cold from
Mhm.
coast to coast right now. Everybody experiencing it.
Yes,
Telling each
yes.
other like,
There's
y'all make
snow
sure
outside my door.
keep your water going. Like turn on, make sure the pipes don't freeze. Make
Yes,
sure you warm. You need anything, and that's the stuff that bring us together. It's not the
right.
I'm good, everybody's good, I'm in my own lane. That's the stuff
Yes,
that separates us. But it
yes.
takes those kind of things to keep us warm. Like
Yeah,
chicken soup for the soul. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And I think that because I feel like I'm swimming in the cosmic ocean as we're
Hmm.
shifting, I think that that's the best thing to do is just give each other a lot of love and support on this level because of the ones that are woken up like the empaths, we're experiencing it differently, physically and everything. My body is doing different things but for people that don't know, it's coming out in their mind. That's why they out here killing and stuff. So we have to be strong in order to help bring them through. We got to be the real
Yes,
mamas and the real earth seeds on this planet
yes,
because there's going to be so much confusion. And we got
yes.
to save some
So much
people.
pain and so much
Yeah.
hurt. And
And it's,
it's just
yeah.
like everywhere I go, there's a story. Someone has a story and they're just coming up talking. They're just pouring it out, you know.
And
You're in
that
the store,
anger,
you might
people
be
are
talking about
angry.
something in the store and it goes
Yeah,
into, it's like, whoa, wow, okay.
yeah,
It's always an experience when I go out, you
I know.
know. Someone somewhere is going to tell me a story about their life and it's going to make me realize, you know,
I wish there was something
appreciate
else
my
that we could
journey.
call ourselves, all African Americans. I wish there was something else that
I know.
we could all collectively decide to just become a nation. And I think it's our God given right because they did us so bad. So, and then Africans, they don't always want us. They be calling us foreigners and all kind of shit like that. So, where do we fit in? Where are we really? And we are different. We're not just like all African. We've created a culture here in America that so like even the music we've created, the food, the hairstyle, stuff that we've created on our own just out of struggle and things that was in our DNA that we creatively created. I think we made a beautiful culture because a lot of people idolize it. It's
Hmm.
not all
The
bad,
whole
you
world,
know.
everybody,
Yeah, the whole
everybody.
world, the whole world.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so we do need to
We
have
are the
pride in
shit.
that. Instead
That's
of
a
always
fact.
looking for the negatives, have pride in what we've created. Everybody in Hollywood ain't evil. Some people just, they couldn't help what happened. What happened there? They just were kids like us with dreams. That's saying, I
Hmm.
want to go and live my dream. And this is the underbelly of Hollywood, where some people probably accepted it out of embarrassment. You didn't tell your family you got a record deal, you trying to pay bills and stuff, and then you find out the real. They sacrifice their bodies just so their family can have a good life because they didn't want to tell them that they had to sit on the casting couch. They
Right.
kept the illusion so that they
Hmm.
can live in a better way. So it's not always that they did something demonic. It's just we all trying
Right.
to function out here, man. And good and evil is everywhere. It's in all things,
And the
So
thing is,
you know,
when they caught up in the game, they have to you got to make time for your spiritual life. For
yeah.
things to be revealed to you. You have to stop and, stop so you can have things come to you, you know.
And as
Truth
all
and
of this stuff
energy.
busts out, maybe they're martyrs. Maybe they're martyrs for us. Maybe we can
Yes.
look at certain things that they've
Yeah,
done
because
so
they
we can get to the
are. We're
underbelly
watching
of
them.
that
Yeah, we're watching them and we're learning what to do and what not to do.
and keeping our ego in check
They
because
are they're the guinea pigs.
a lot of us were heartbroken
Let
because
me
we didn't
grab
get
a
the
water.
chance.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a
Yeah.
water right quick. Ah.
Was saying like a lot of us were heartbroken because we felt like just talking to the audience that we felt like we missed out on something. I want to be
Yeah,
Tuki. I want to be on Different Strokes. I want that, just from the time we were little kids. I want to be on Sesame Street, or whatever it is. And we're thinking like this is the thing. And when you just really got your goals in that, people that didn't spend so much money making records that didn't go nowhere, and it just kills you. But that could have been God's protection because some
yeah.
of us aren't supposed to be in those spaces.
Yes, because
So
when you go down that rabbit hole, you see that mostly all the celebrities went through something or got approached. You
exactly,
know,
exactly, yeah,
it's just crazy, especially that Disney. And when you think about how it's, children based,
yeah. That's
it's
sad.
off
That's
the
like the
chain.
training. That's the training ground, and then it's like They all connected to the CIA. And then when you were saying the thing about the private agencies, even with trafficking, that when you
Mm,
said the shadow government, that's all the CIA was. They only came
yep.
together for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Nobody asked them to do that. They did that on their own.
Yep. That's
You
true.
know, they just became a group. So maybe we need to
Yeah.
just become some stuff. You
Yeah.
know,
But when you look into them in the FBI, it's like,
who
what
all
are
these
they
people?
doing? They be watching rap groups like they watch gangs. They know
Yeah,
that they may kill each other on a mass level.
yeah.
They know that they're doing this and that.
And
And
they rent
they
out
sit back and
gangsters.
watch
They
it
rent
happen.
thugs
And
out.
then they do little shit to make them get, after each other.
Yeah,
And
they
then they
rent
lock
out thugs.
everybody up.
They
And
rent
they
out
ain't did
gangsters.
shit. They don't got
Yeah,
no
they rent
crime.
out gangsters.
Yeah.
They have rented thugs and rented gangsters, and they got them doing their
Yes.
dirty work and getting paid to
Yes.
do their dirty work.
Yes, they
Just like
are.
I'm just saying, like they did to Kanika Jenkins, the
Yep.
same way they did the Bloods and the Crips. They had officers that would dress up like gang members and do the killings themselves. That was
Yeah.
what was
Yeah.
going on in the 80s
Yeah.
and the 90s,
Yep.
you know, making them
Yep.
fight with each other and stuff. So,
Yeah.
you
That
know,
actually happened during the last election.
wow.
They were out there dressed up like looters and whatnot. And the
Oh,
looters
yeah.
were like,
Oh,
who the
yeah.
heck is that?
Yeah.
Yo, they was catching them on so many videos, videotaping them just bashing windows to department stores and stuff like that. And it was
Right.
not the citizens. They were like, this ain't us. That's the
Mm.
police. They were like, that's Popo. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would we tear up our
They was
community like
throwing
this?
them. Yes, leaving big old pallets of bricks and shit right there so they could tear up their own neighborhood.
So
They
they
were,
can
they were
beat each other up.
delivering pallets of bricks, yo. And then you know what I've heard on so many occasions and in different states, I've heard that they'll just come and drop off boxes of guns, high-tech guns,
Right in the neighborhoods.
right in the neighborhood, and they get on the
They
street.
I mean, that's what they.
How
That's how they do
the
it,
fuck
though.
all these guns get on the street? Like,
They
how did it
overwhelm
get
them.
like this? When
They
only the
overwhelm them.
military and the police is supposed to have them. How they
Yeah,
get
they
in the street
overwhelm
like
them.
that?
This is
Yeah.
what they did in Oakland with the cocaine. They put
Mm-hmm.
those trains in Oakland,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
they overwhelmed them. Everybody was on
We ain't
drugs,
bringing
doing
no
drugs, selling drugs. You know, it was shit.
Yeah. We ain't bringing no boats in here with no bricks of cocaine on it. How is it
Yeah,
getting in the country?
yeah. They just had it in Oakland. The whole train just opened up. People just running in there. Just kids off the
Bullshit.
street
And
just grabbing
now it's fentanyl, and they
cocaine.
act like they don't know how it's getting in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they doing
Yeah.
that.
And so now they coming over the borders. They just bringing their shit with them. And they get money when they get over here. Free healthcare and all of that. I'm paying for
Yeah,
my healthcare.
yeah. It's a lot going
Something
on.
got to give with that.
So they
Yeah, a
breaking the
lot of
laws.
stuff got to go.
They breaking the laws
Yeah,
that they create. You know, they
that
breaking the laws that
constitution
they
is
create.
trash. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. They might as well throw that thing in the garbage. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're trying to push us towards a civil war that we get mad at each other, but they got to know that shit's not going to work like that. They're gonna have people gonna turn on them.
We're thinking people.
Yeah, we
We're
are. We're
thinking
thinking now.
people.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Even cats in that some cats that they think is just ghetto trash, they're thinking. We're
Exactly.
evolving, we're changing, we're growing. Little
Just because
kids.
a person is speaking what they call it, ebonics or whatever,
Oh,
that does
yeah.
not mean they don't know what they're not intelligent.
Oh
See,
girl,
now
I
you
use
can't
Ebonics as a
measure a
language.
person's you can't
I,
measure a person's intelligence
I
by
tell people that
yeah,
I speak Ebonics openly.
yeah, me
They
too.
ask me, well, how many languages you speak? I speak English. I speak Ebonics
Ebonics.
fluently. And
Yeah,
you know why I like Ebonics? Because Ebonics is ebony, and I'm
yeah,
black. I'm ebony.
yes,
So I think
yes. That's my
it's who we
favorite
are.
language.
You know, so Ebonics is ebony. So I speak both languages. You want me to speak it to you in which way? Which dialect? Hood
Exactly.
dialect?
I
Or,
had to create a whole dictionary for it.
and
And
it's
ain't it funny
different.
now seeing white people try to talk like this? I'm about some chill out.
And they be saying sup, S-U-P, sup. You know, the thing about it is though, I've had like a few white people and
Like,
a few
my
black
guy,
people that's not
my
connected that
boy,
ask me how to speak Ebonics. And I said, that's not really something that I can teach you
teach you.
because
Yeah.
for one, depending on what part of the country you're in, we speak it differently. We
Right.
speak the same thing, but we all relate to it. But if you want to know Texas Ebonics, is going to be different than the way New York or
Or the
California
South.
speak.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
so we have different ways, but we still understand each other. That's the
yeah.
thing about
Yeah,
Ebonics.
but
Yeah, we still
yes,
understand
we
each other.
understand you.
Africans too. They be like, we understand each other, you know.
I know they be tight because that shit is so dope, yo.
It is.
Crazy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So,
Yeah,
we are it. We are freaking it.
we're it.
And we
Yeah.
just have to realize it. I would really love to see some of this killing of each other stop.
Hmm.
You know, we got to stop betraying each other. You
We have
know,
to make that we have to get mad enough to don't give that no room in the communities because
yeah,
the thugs have to get a start from somewhere, meaning they don't come out thugs, they come out as little kids. So when people see that stuff, instead of always turning a blind eye or shunning them, that's when we need to be giving them the inspiration when they can still be saved, when they still
right,
not wait till they get all angry and then had all kind of trauma from their parents and life and
yeah,
jail system and foster care and all of that. When we see these babies out there, we have to give them those keys early on and,
yes.
and start putting it in there at the end, because after that
And
it's too
take them
late.
under your wing. Yes,
Yeah,
we got to
they
make
all on
time.
demon
We're all
time.
so busy fighting these freaking bills. I
We
told
all
my
in
husband, I said,
survival
could
mode.
you imagine the life that we would have if we didn't have to freaking worry about no bills? Keep fighting these bills. Oh
Right,
my goodness.
right,
I'm
right.
tired of it. I
They
know that's
keep us in survival mode. Even right now, I make money doing what I'm doing, but it's like, damn, everything going to utilities.
yeah,
My
they
my
making it
cable
seem
bill,
like you better off dead than alive
my
around here.
cable bill is $292. It's just me. That's too
Yes,
much. This
yes.
I don't even have cable. I got internet streaming services. That's too much.
Wow.
And the thing about
Gosh.
it is, they started me at $12.99 a month. So how does it go from $12.99 to $175 a month? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Keep adding. And I even said, how much more is this going to go up? Y'all killing me.
50, about $50 of that is taxes, surcharges, and franchise, this and that and that. And we ain't got shit to do with none of that.
No, my light bills, those bill utilities is almost the amount of my rent, and that's ridiculous. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Just everything just going up, 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 up. So
Yeah. They just approved the electric company here to go up on us.
wow. And they
Yeah.
did that here with the water, and we can't do nothing about it because the electric already high. Now they raised the water up, and people all on the news, and the government say they got the right to do it.
How they got the right to buy some shit they don't own? All they did was figure out how to harness the damn water and get it to people's houses.
That's it. We can go to the damn. I'd rather go to the river if that's the damn case. If I got
And
free
that,
water.
another thing, they didn't invent a goddamn thing. We invented all of that stuff.
Mhm.
Everything we invented, and we like poor. We need our
Yeah.
money. I'm so down for reparations. I want reparations. I am
Yeah,
owed
they need to
reparations.
give
I
something. I
hate to
mean,
hear people talk
something.
about they don't want no reparations. I'll be ready to, oh my goodness.
But I mean, something.
I'll
Even
be
if
like,
it's not,
sign right here. You don't want yours, and you're going to sign it over to me.
yeah. I mean, something. Even if it was like just tons of property that they gave out to
Land,
certain white
yes.
people,
Let
that would
us
be
work
something.
it. Yes.
They
But
even give it to
I
the
want my
family.
cash
They
too.
may say the oldest living relative gets something like a lot of land, and that also helps the
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. I want my cash too, though. I
I want
want my
my
cash.
cash too.
Because
I'll
I
sell
had a
that
little
land.
calculator, and I was like 40 acres.
You
Okay.
know what
You
I
know,
said?
40 acres is
I
still
said,
40 acres.
girl,
Okay.
we had
For a
324
mule
viewers.
now,
You heard me?
huh?
324 viewers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
On Bijo. Bigo.
Bigo. So once you start getting on here, that's I wanted to get it hot. So when you start doing your show, they can remember the name and the stuff that
Yes.
they
Yes.
can follow us and things like that. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go back live on there another time. Maybe later on tonight I'll do some talking or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, so
Yes, this has been good though, Tanya. We have to definitely, I mean, Queen, we gotta connect though and try to,
yes,
make something
yes.
maybe like once a week.
Offline, definitely we're gonna talk offline
Yes,
because
ma'am.
yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna do some spiritual work together. I think we
Absolutely.
should come together and do natal charts, you know.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
yeah, we
natal
could do
charts.
natal charts for
Mhm.
others, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We could come on and do a show where we're charting the charts and people in the chat and they throw a little
Are
cash
you charts?
app or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. That's for sure. I'm open because that's
Yeah,
what I was gonna
let's
say. We
get
could have like a
our
little
people together.
one
Yeah.
little esoteric show. Because I know we both got other things going, but we should come together on that. And
Oh,
that'd be
absolutely.
something unique, you know.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Absolutely. I think we should come together consistently on a basis. Like maybe once a week. I
I was
definitely
gonna say that. Do the show once a week. Whatever our down day is, we're
yeah.
gonna make another show. And that's gonna be
Okay.
our show that we bring that esoteric knowledge and we build on
Yes.
things and we give each
Yes.
other give a perspective. Like I'm gonna say, what do you
Yes.
think, Tanya? And you're like, yeah, Cola, what do you think? We're gonna
Yes. We're
and
gonna
then we'll
go
listen to
deep
the
into a
audience and
subject
that'll be
together.
fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'll be fun.
Absolutely.
I
Yes.
like
So
it.
I
I'm
had a
with it.
wonderful time. And
Yeah.
thanks for the viewers that
Thank
came
you.
in and those that are going to come.
Absolutely.
And look for a lot more of Tanya 23 and Cola.
Yes, ma'am. Call
Because
me Project.
we are
You can share this
definitely,
video too.
yes, yes, we are definitely coming together to do some spiritual work. So tell a friend and tell another friend, share, share, share,
Share,
share the
share.
video, and definitely come back and support because, like,
You
you
tell
have,
your friends.
yes, they got people that
I'm
they,
gonna tell my
look
friends.
at consistently and whatnot, but look at those that are going to give you something you can apply to your life.
Absolutely.
I mean,
What
I
did he
know
say?
I know the gossip is juicy, but it's not.
Hey, and sometimes it may be a little juicy because we can do
Yeah.
some of
Oh,
the
because I got
celebrity
more.
stuff too.
Yes.
We can
Yes.
tap into criminals, celebrities.
Right.
Look
We
at
could talk
Alpo
about some of the,
Martinez chart. See what he
yes,
got
we could
going on.
definitely take some of these incidences and talk
Yeah.
about it spiritually.
Because
Yeah.
that can also help us see what's going on in the world, like on that level,
Mhm.
like things that's
Yes.
happening at different times. Like what the hell was going on in the 80s? Like what was the
Exactly.
places then? When when crack broke out, what place was
Woo!
crack into the
Everywhere. Everywhere, yo.
Thank you, Queen. I
Everywhere.
appreciate you so much.
Yes, we are definitely going to come together. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for your
Absolutely.
spirit and thank you
Yes,
for your
yes, yes.
sisterhood.
Thank
And
you.
absolutely.
Are you gonna tap into Shaka's show? He's supposed to be going on after this.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was going on. Yeah, I was going to check his page anyway to see if he was
Yeah.
going live.
Because
Yeah,
he
I
said
love
he
you.
wanted to watch our show, but he was gonna wait. He postponed it so he can tap into us and then go.
Oh, okay, cool. Yes, well,
Mhm.
peace, brother Sankofa.
Peace, peace,
Yes,
brother.
he's been such a great
Peace and
bridge.
love.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, just connecting me to ladies because that was like part of my a block that I had,
Me
and
too.
it's torn down.
We'll
Yeah,
talk about some of that too because
yeah,
I still got my stuff with that. But
yes.
him
And look,
being
it
a
was a
Virgo,
guy that did it.
like him being a Virgo though, that sixth
Mhm.
house placement, this is the way he's giving back to the planet. So he's gonna be blessed because
Yeah,
he's bridging the gap and that helps
yeah,
humanity. Because we
yeah.
have to work on our relationships as women. I'm not saying everybody got to be friends, but everybody should have that sisterhood somewhere. We need that,
I
you
was going
know.
to talk about that because
Yeah.
it just culminated a group, Ebony Essence Alliance, the
Mhm.
EEA, and
I
it's a
saw
new
that. I didn't
group.
know if you wanted me to post it, but I saw that.
Yes, yes. I definitely want you to come, through and join. Basically, it's brand new. I created it.
Mhm.
It's, I'm the only member as of now because it's very new, but I'm
Mhm. Yeah,
pitching
you
it
just
out
bringing it
there.
out.
Yes,
Yeah.
to have ladies come starting February 1st.
Oh, it's
And
in
we
February.
actually have a location here in Baltimore where we're going to meet up to do events and stuff like that. And we're going to have a lot of
Mhm.
online conferences, trainings. I'm going to have you come in, do some trainings and whatnot. And
Mhm.
yeah, we're getting ready to get busy.
Just
It's just,
building a network.
yes,
Yeah.
let's just do it,
Yeah. Well,
start
we can
doing
talk
our
again
show.
soon, maybe in a couple of days or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm
Like maybe
definitely
over
gonna
this
hit you
weekend.
up
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm gonna let you get some rest for tomorrow or whatever. But I might even hit you up tomorrow.
Tomorrow's good.
So we can talk
Yeah.
briefly. Yeah.
Yes, tomorrow's
But the
good.
one thing, our sisterhood, I need you to be able to contact me whenever you need me.
Right on the
Feel
same.
free.
Yeah,
Yes. So
totally.
yes, Cola, I love you.
Love you, girl. For real, you
Okay.
funny. And you just
Yeah.
don't know. I was just looking at you in the beginning and I didn't see how you was laughing. I said, she just don't know how silly I am. I was just looking at you like, girl, you fine. You are fine. All we can do is laugh. Things happen. It's
Yeah.
funny. I'm gonna say we always remember that though. I'll be like, yeah, you thought I was a trafficking expert.
Because all the time I'm like, oh, it was such a compelling story, man. Oh, we
Talking
gonna
about
help
I
her
wrote
find
something.
her
I'm like,
man.
okay.
We gonna help her
You
find the man. But no, seriously, like, and that's the thing. There's so many things, so many causes. and it's like you got to grab one that's in your heart, and
That's right.
it's
That's
the
right.
kids for me right now.
That's
So
right.
I'm totally
Yeah.
down with it. So
And,
yeah,
and I work with trauma because it's so important to me. And
yeah,
just because the trauma work is so important to me because that's what shapes our society as far as the children's mind and what kind of experiences that they have and they're the future. So not just
yes,
children, adults too. There's a lot of adults that need to get back into the inner child and connect because they
yes,
forgot. The world
yes,
hardens people. It makes you so hard you forget what it was to just simply be that child and be that free being.
yeah. I
That's what we
definitely want
need.
to learn how
Yeah.
to do regression work.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
I've
know,
heard that's very effective.
it is.
And
It
in my
is.
meditation, I have that ability. Like I can go back in time and, you
You
know,
know, girl, y'all Scorpios are something powerful.
oh man,
Y'all
it's a
something
lot.
powerful.
It's a lot. You gotta be somebody to hold that vessel, to hold it
Yeah,
down. Like, because
yeah.
me, I'm born, my birthday is November 16.
Okay.
I'm right smack in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
got all of the traits. And plus I'm
Yeah.
a Cancer moon. So
Mm.
Cancer moon, like I am totally a freaking little crab. Like I remember I used to be so
I
tight,
told y'all
like just
picked up cancer for
naturally
you.
I'm like clenched. And just like maybe 10 years ago, I noticed it. Like I felt I became conscious that I'm always clenched. And I was like,
Mm.
relax, just relax, like relax.
That's that control part, though.
Yes,
Needing to be
I
in
have to
control. Yeah.
consciously say
Yeah.
relax to myself a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And even with cancers, because they're cardinal. So it's like
Yes.
having that control. So you have those things. But we gonna come together. Love from here.
Yes, much
Again.
love, much love. You have helped me learn a lot about myself in just tonight, and you
Thank
something else with it. Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
Queen.
it's definitely
Powerful.
yeah natural to you. So
Yeah.
definitely, I need to know more about myself.
My grandparents are Scorpios. My mother's father, and he's a medicine. He was cold blooded. He was
Wow.
cold. And
Yeah, I'm sure.
my daddy's mother is a
Uh-huh.
Scorpio. They
Wow.
were,
So my daughter, right? She's a
mhm.
Capricorn, but my ex-husband was a Scorpio. I was actually married to a Scorpio.
Oh, girl, y'all was something else.
It was incredible. It was
It was great
incredible. It was good when it
when
was
it's great.
good, bad
Yeah,
when it was bad. Let me tell
yes.
you.
When it's good, it's great, but when
Yes,
it's
and
bad,
we
it's real
still
bad.
friends to this day. Yeah, we still friends. Can't be together, but we still friends. But my
Yeah,
daughter was like, "Can you
y'all a
imagine
game
being
recognized game. Y'all know each other. You know.
yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Like my kids be like, imagine being raised by two Scorpios. Like, mom, you were hell, yeah. She's
Ah.
like, you're so loving now. And I'm like, yeah, don't get me twisted though.
Who's the boss? Who's the boss? When you and him get
Yes,
mad,
I
who is
even
the
got a
boss?
jacket with the boss on it. we own our bossiness, right?
Yes, yes.
Off the chain. But yes, some of
Uh,
my best friends are Virgo. Like I really get along with Virgo,
I do
Pisces.
too.
I get along with Capricorn too,
Scorpio.
but we got a lot,
Mhm,
lot of Saturn. It's a lot of Saturn energy in there with the Capricorns. We kind of like,
mhm. Yeah,
yeah.
Capricorns are strong.
Oh
I
yeah,
have a few. They good people though, but they
yeah.
strong too.
My daughter's a Capricorn and my granddaughter's an Aries.
Oh
They
God,
are
Aries is real
something.
strong.
Oh, she
They
is not
strong.
even 2 years old and she is in control.
Yeah, she got it.
She
Yeah,
knows what she want and what she don't
I
want.
was
She
just gonna say
goes
that. Yeah,
on it.
they
You put
know what they
something
want.
in her mouth, she she go like this and roll her eyes like, oh, they trying to give me that.
Aries, yeah, that's deep
Oh
because
my
y'all both
goodness.
ruled by Mars, but you got the Pluto aspect with.
Yes, 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 yes. And
Mhm.
like just watching the baby's raw Aries energy is super funny. Oh
They
my
got a
god.
lot of energy too.
Oh yeah.
You
She's
lucky it's an Aries girl and not an Aries boy.
really?
What? My cousin Tiffany is the one that passed away. She's a
Uh-huh.
Scorpio and her son is an Aries.
Oh
And
wow.
she's so quiet and
Yeah.
so laid back, the Scorpio. And her
Hmm.
son is the opposite. So she was like, God, he just gave me a child because this boy here, he there,
Yeah.
and so she's screaming. I said, you know what you got to do with that Aries child? I say, bring him to the park and just let
Yeah.
him run. Let's just go to the park. We will sit at the park and it's a big field. Just let him run, 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 run,
Yes.
run. He got to
Yeah.
burn out some of that energy to go to
Yeah.
sleep because he
And
got so much of
strong.
it.
Oh my gosh, she got the strength. I was like, oh man.
And strong.
You can pick
Yeah.
up little toys,
Look,
go. I was like, wow.
the baby was born with muscles. The little whole baby
Yes.
was born with muscles. I was like, this
Yes.
baby. Born with muscles.
Yes, I had my son was like that. He was all
Yeah.
little, all crushed. I was
Little
like, oh
muscles already.
my goodness. Yes, they're too funny, man. The kids, I tell you.
Yes. Once we get us the
Our
subject, girl, we're
lives.
gonna be going back and forth, me and you.
That's
We
right.
love to go.
Yes.
And we
Yeah.
can talk about practical things too. It don't always, like on some of the shows that I do, like some things are just the basics. Some people don't
Mm-hmm.
even know how to do basic things. Like they want
Right.
natural, but don't know how to even care for that. Or they, things like, maybe they skin. I don't know. It's so
Yeah.
many things we can build on because we're building a community, a new way.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
many things that people can jump in so many different areas.
Yeah. And we can
So
learn some new things too, you know?
yeah.
Definitely. It's
Oh,
just like I love watching TikTok. All them little videos. I'm like, oh, you can do this with that and
you
that and
gotta
this.
follow me on TikTok and then also so you already on Bigo. So I'm gonna make sure I follow
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I'm on
Did you
TikTok
follow me
too,
already?
but I think I did. I think
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna
Okay.
go on right after this. And you said I that's right. I gotta ask you, what's your name on Bigo?
It's Souljet Healing. I just made it so it can be like a
Oh,
business
okay.
page.
All
SOLJT
right.
Healing. Yeah.
Okay.
I used to have my alias name, which is Desiana Rios, but
Mhm.
I'm
I would
done
have never
trolling.
found that one.
What you say?
I said I would have never found that one. Okay, you said it's Soul Jet.
Uh-huh. It's really Desi. And you know where I get that from? I love Ricky Ricardo. And they had the Desi Arnaz. And I like the name Desi. I thought that was dope. He was a
Well,
Cuban.
let me ask you this: who is Ricky Ricardo spiritually? His
Shango?
spiritual,
Shango.
his spiritual, is Baba
Shango, huh?
Luaye.
Shango?
Is Baba Luaye.
Baba. Yeah, because he's sing Babalu. But Babalu Aye is the father of Shango. So I was
Ah,
gonna say, yeah. So
okay.
and he plays the
Yeah,
drum.
yeah, Shango is
It-
something else too. I remember when I first invoked Shango, my husband got into a fight, beat the shit out somebody. I was like, oh shit, I ain't fuck with him no more. I put him right there. I said, I don't want him to pull him out.
and he was really bringing the Orisha on those black and whites. People just didn't
Yes,
know what it was.
yes,
Babalu.
yeah. I love to see Ricky Ricardo perform
Me
Baba
too.
Luaye.
I love him.
He literally gets possessed. He literally gets possessed by the spirit.
That's why he
Yeah.
never wanted Lucy on the show. He's like, get your ass off the stage.
Too funny. Okay, I'm trying to find you on here.
Okay. It's 2 words, Souljack then healing.
You can put
That's
a
so
space
bad.
there, no spaces, right?
No space. Well, it is a space, yeah. It's Souljet and then healing. SOLJET and then healing. You will recognize the picture because that's the one you used on the flyer.
Well, I don't see it.
Let me see.
There we go.
Oh, you
I
found it?
think. Yeah, I
Okay.
think.
Let me go
Yeah,
to the top
got
of
it.
the page.
Follow.
Yep, and I just got the request, so I'm following you back. Yes, ma'am. Sir Ket Aminullah.
Dang, that was fast.
Yeah, that's how we
Look
work
at
in
that.
Godspeed.
Top
Godspeed.
joy. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning the app, you know.
Hmm.
The writing is a little small, so sometimes I will be having my glasses on. I thought I brought them
Yeah, it
down
is a
here.
little small.
I'm like, I've been listen, and since 2012, let me see, 2012 is when I really came into my consciousness. I left the church.
Hmm.
And I was like, I used to work for the Catholics.
Hmm.
They actually helped me bring me into consciousness. I went from the Catholics, I went back into Egypt
Mm. I
because
was
they
a
do a
Catholic
lot of
too.
work
I
there.
mean,
They do a lot of
well,
work in Africa.
yeah.
So I was, surrounded by that, and it just let me go back, with the research, like,
Mm-hmm.
why are they so connected and this and that? And then I figured it out, that's how they spread it, Christianity throughout Africa.
Oh
Africa
yeah.
is like a white Jesus. Like soon as you go to Ghana or whatever, different countries, soon as you get off the plane, that's all you seeing is the white Jesus Christian situation.
Yeah, I'm good.
And,
I'm
and
good.
the Africans got it bad.
That's
Oh
why I
man.
stopped. That's why I stopped dealing in that energy. I work with my own energy. I
Yeah,
believe.
me too. It's
Yeah,
just
because I can't deal with that because all of the stuff we done been through on this soil, and then to have to go to what we think is the motherland, sensationalizing and emotionalizing this shit to
how
go
we
there.
got it,
And yeah, we go there
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they act like one of the girls gonna say, "Sister, why is your hair nappy?" I say, "Why yours ain't?" She telling me why my hair nappy, meaning why I got a natural, because they wearing weaves and wigs. So the African
Yeah,
asking me, "Sister,
yeah.
why your hair nappy?"
Yeah, that's wow. And I be wondering why they be having all of the African chicks be having the straight white looking hairstyles. Some of them, not all of them, but a lot of them do be wearing the weaves and the wigs that straight or whatever.
They
Yo,
do. Honestly, it's because they behind us. They let you know that we leaders. Because the stuff that they're doing, like bleaching skin and all of that, we did that in the 40s and shit.
oh, they
That's
is
cool.
seriously
Yeah,
bugging with this.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole
And
show.
they really behind on a lot of stuff. We moving forward. So they
Yes.
thinking that they're assimilating with us, and we're not even on that. This is why all of them are trying to scam us now because they didn't even want nothing to do with the Orishas when I first started doing this. Africans weren't even touching the Orishas.
Yep.
Now they see that we have an interest, they trying to sell it back to us.
Yeah.
It's almost to say, no, it's not y'all's, it's ours.
Yeah.
Like they got all the
If
light,
they ain't
nobody
using
else.
it right, still got their ass in poverty.
Okay.
I don't understand it. Not everywhere, of course, but it's like that
Well, we
group.
already know it's a vibration. So,
Yeah.
that mindset. You know
Yes.
what God was trying to show us, I really believe through that slavery, is because we're too separated. It's too much tribalism. And that's all
Mm,
they talk about. I didn't heard
that's what
Africans,
it
I don't care
is.
about nobody tribe but my own. Because
Yeah.
nobody could have it came into those borders if they would have worked together. But the
Hmm.
fact that they all work in separate factions, except for like the ones that they align with, that's why. It's too
That's
much
like the
tribalism.
group. Yeah, that's like the group right now, the Houthis, the ones that's got the Red Sea on lockdown and they over there
Yeah,
fighting or whatever with the ships and whatnot. I think they were doing some piracy. But that's the tribe that was fighting over there in the Congo. Remember, it was the Houthis and the Tutsis.
yeah, from
Yeah, that
Rwanda.
group. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that
that's
group. And they had both of those groups fighting each other, and it was really the European that instigated it.
they're a mess. They're a
Yeah,
mess now.
yeah,
It ain't. I just look at it when you know that you're a galactical being and we reincarnate. It's really funny when you
yeah,
just sit back and laugh at everything because it's all a game and it's who's playing the game and winning the game. We just didn't have. They just gave us. They didn't give us all of the tokens, so they
right.
hit. So it's like we really playing the game, kind of like trying to find Osiris' penis. Once they didn't took it and threw it in the damn ocean and trying to find parts of his body. So we're like, okay, you got me this time, but we got to come back with our
We're
rituals and
gonna build the gold one.
yeah,
We're gonna build the
yeah,
gold one and do some
right.
alchemy. You not stopping us. We're
We
gonna
got to
build
do
the
it
gold
better.
one, do some alchemy.
Yeah, we just got to do it better. That's all. They just out strategized us. It's a
Yes.
war, you
Yep.
know.
That's the
So
thing.
and honestly, this had to be though because this world was supposed to be built. The world we live in now, it
Yeah.
took all of our energy to build this world. So even if you want to look at that, we played a part in this too, as far as building a lot of, like you said, the things that we invented that they took credit for. So we play a big part into a new world. Nobody has technology the way we had it and
Yeah.
have it. So it's like, they want to all come over here. So
And
that's
that's
what
the
the
thing.
slaves
We
paid
trying to
for.
get.
The
Yeah,
slaves
we are
sacrificed their
actually
life so we can have
behind.
this luxury. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm
Yep.
sorry. Go ahead, Queen.
And in the bigger scheme of things, we're actually behind in technology. The
Really?
technology that Tahuti and them had, shit, they was
Well, I
opening
mean, we
portals
fell all the way back.
and they were
We
planet
fell all the way
traveling. I
back.
believe we've been on all these planets. They've been traveling Mars. If they could go to
Yeah,
Mars, they've been all over this
yeah,
galaxy.
yeah. We fell backward. That's always the curse though, because a long time ago, people could walk all over the planet. When
Mm,
white people went back into the ice age, God punished them where they couldn't see fair anymore. They didn't know where Africa. They never even heard of Africa. They didn't know
mm,
nothing. They're coming out of the ice age. They over there
yeah,
with the overpopulated continent, and they're looking for India. Asia wasn't even messing with them. The Orientals said it took them so long to get the white folks out of there. Once they got there, and they said the one time we let y'all in again, y'all brought opium to our people. and killed our people. So we don't need nothing from y'all. They said we are a celestial people.
Yeah.
We have everything we need right
Yeah.
here. We don't
Yeah.
need nothing from y'all. And they closed their borders. So
Yeah.
white people was like, damn, well,
They didn't
So
like
now
that.
you
I'm
listen for
sure they
India,
didn't stop trying to get back in there. I know they came back, honey. They
they
wouldn't. They
had Hong
was gonna
Kong for
take
a
that.
long time.
Yeah, they
And
wasn't gonna
they
take
kept a
that
foot.
man down.
Yeah, they kept. See, when you let them in, the devil in one time, he just slip off with everything.
That's it. One time.
And it's like, and I'm gonna just end on this. It's like interview with a vampire. They say a vampire can't get to your home until you invite him in.
Yeah.
So even in Africa, they couldn't get in there unless we let them infiltrate. So that's what we got to check people that's not for our people, even if they look like us. If y'all up in here killing and stuff, you're not my people. And I've been saying that. I don't care what nobody else feels. You're not my people because you over here bringing destruction and death to these communities and to the children. So I have no love for that. You know what I mean? Period. Now, if you didn't kill somebody, you didn't revise yourself, then yeah, I'll forgive you. But as far as all of that terror that they're bringing to the children, I wrote a
Mm-hmm.
song called "Tool Up," and that's exactly what it's about. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's crazy. They making it hard to just live, and we don't know which way to fight. We got to fight the cops and the robbers. You know. So it's like we have to, and sometimes people are sensitive to these things because they may have brothers and sisters that's in the streets like that. But at the end of the day, everybody got to pick a side. Cain and Abel was brothers too, you know?
You're right about that. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I
But
picked a
anyway,
side
Queen,
a long time ago.
we can go on and on. So I'm
Listen,
gonna
I'm sitting here like, wow, because I definitely picked a side a long time ago.
hmm
You know, when
I
I when
choose
I when
life.
I put down a certain thing, that was me picking sides. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
done with
choose
bullshit.
life. I choose life.
Yeah,
And we
me
can
too.
choose life or we can
Yeah,
choose
more
death.
abundantly. That's right.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
the path that certain people are living on is the path to death. And
Yes,
so I choose the path to life while we still have a chance to do it again.
that's right.
I ask God every day. I tell God, I say, thank you for allowing me to be in the service one more time. Thank
One
you
more
for
time.
another day to do it better
That's
than I
right.
did it yesterday.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. I
yeah. I
just
say,
want to acknowledge and give a little praise to myself because this year, 4th of
all
July,
praise.
I seriously quit smoking cigarettes. So
Good.
it's been since the 4th of July, quit cold turkey,
Whoa,
held it down,
whoa.
finish.
Okay, well, we need a show on how you did that. We need a video on what you did. Like how did you fight the temptation? All of
Thank
those
you.
things.
That is a great idea. I do need to
Absolutely.
do that. I
There's so
mean,
many people that's struggling with that.
yeah, yeah, and it's still a struggle only when and I noticed the trigger was bullshit.
What about after you finish
Because you
eating?
know my Scorpio self. After I finish eating, it's actually a snack. It's like something sweet that I'm
Okay.
craving after I
Okay.
eat. Besides,
After
yeah,
you eat, yeah.
the cigarette cravings are actually gone.
Good.
It's
So when you
bullshit
wake
that
up in the
makes me
morning
think
craving,
about it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yep,
yeah,
it's
that's awesome.
bullshit. Yep, it's bullshit that makes me want to not want to smoke, but makes me think about it.
Yeah, because
And
it's
I
because it
stop and I say, that's what it is. Soon as you get rid of the bullshit, everything's good.
everything's good.
So
Yeah.
my thing was stress. I was a stress
Mhm.
smoker. You know,
Yeah.
some bullshit going down or something bad doesn't happen. Boom, gotta
And
have
then
a
when I go downstairs, I used to try to hide that I smoke cigarettes.
I did too.
Look, all of the Japanese people down there, all in the corner,
Uh,
everybody be like, "What you doing
and
down
that
here?"
actually worked too. That actually worked. Me cursing it in my head.
Uh-huh.
Just knowing it wasn't good.
You know what else
And
would help me when I used to work? I just leave them at home. And then
that
that's
too.
my reward for when
Or
I
if I
come
go
home.
out
Instead of
for a
bringing,
ride or something, go to the store,
yeah,
I'll leave them too. Yeah,
leave them.
but
Yeah.
I actually quit then, and then my husband quit 2 months later.
That's
He
good.
kept
I'm
on
throwing
going.
confetti from here.
And I
Awesome.
didn't nag him and say, oh, this and that, because he knew not to let me see it, smell it, or any of that stuff. But
So he, yeah,
I was,
so he just would kind of keep it low key until you were, he was
yeah.
on your,
I told
yeah,
him just keep it out my face. I don't care what he does, just keep it out my face. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
And
totally.
2 months later, he decided to quit too.
Well, that's good. And I
And I'm
bet you say,
glad.
look, save money
Listen,
too, right? I
yes,
think that cigarette money and
so
cigarette,
much money.
yeah.
I'm glad he did because right when we quit, a family member got the note that they had cancer and they're a smoker.
Oh,
But my spirit said, baby girl, you better quit right now.
right now, yeah.
Right now.
My doctor told me that.
And it was
My
a
doctor,
close,
he
yeah,
said
it was a
a
close
certain,
family member. Yeah,
he
yes.
called it a 15-pack year if you've been smoking since you was like a young kid, like a child. And then they call it the 20-pack year. Once it go to the 20-pack year, that's when cancer comes.
Yep. And the thing is, I had just had that CAT scan because they say, oh, you got like a good 25 years under your belt. We better get you a CAT scan or whatever. So it's like dun dun dun. So
Mhm,
that was the test to see if there was any cancer or whatever.
mhm.
My test came out good. And I said, if my test come out good, I ain't looking back. It's a wrap for that shit.
So what kind of cigarettes you used to smoke?
I used to smoke Newport 100.
Okay,
Yes.
the strongest
The
one. That's me
Negro
too.
cigarette.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's mind over matter,
So
Queen.
glad. I'm so glad I'm done now. I'm
We're
so
gonna talk. We're gonna talk for sure. Thank you,
yeah.
everybody that that's listening
Yes.
and tapped into.
Yes, definitely everyone. Thank you for tapping in and tap back because we will be back probably in less than a week or so, but stay tuned because I
Mhm.
will, put it out there when we're coming back on.
Okay.
And until then, it's been another Tanya 23 experience. See, you just
Yeah.
never know. You can't even look at the titles too much. You gotta come on board and see what we're talking about.
Like the content. Yeah.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Cola, for
Thank
blessing us with
you,
your
P.
great spirit this evening.
I
And
appreciate you having me. Thank you.
yes, Ashe. Until the next
Ashe.
time.
Until next time. Thank you. Okay,
Peace and
peace.
love.
Peace and love.
Love you, sis.